sorry for the delay, guys. Come on, this was not good. This was not a good delay. I mean, this was terrible this time. Um, I'm sorry. I really can't do nothing but apologize. But I got some good news. All right, guys, we're back. We're back, guys. That couldn't have been a rockier start. I was just in the middle of telling you guys how I fixed my technical issues just for them to arrive again. But I think we're good. I wanted to avoid restarting my computer because, I didn't want you to keep y'all waiting even longer. But I should have just done it because clearly that was just gonna happen no matter what. Just like literally you guys just saw my computer crash. But what I was in the middle of saying was, look, I want to give a shout out to Vlad, big supporter of the channel, always coming in on the live streams, donating like crazy. So appreciate Vlad. I don't know if he's watching this, hopefully he is, or hopefully he's watching this back. Shout out to him. We're getting this fixed because of him. Shout out. I was like, you know what I was thinking this week? I was like, bro, come on, we gotta at least like we gotta do something with this. We gotta up the game, and that's just what it is. So shout out to Vlad. Appreciate Vlad, and I want to give another shout out to him because deadass. I've always said this, like Vlad doesn't get enough love. As you guys know, Vlad. I mean, I've talked at length, but he's just always donating, always supporting, and doesn't even ask for nothing back. Doesn't even DM me. He literally just loves, just supports. It's working. So I can't really look at anything else. But I'll look on my phone if I need to do anything else. So I'll look at whatever else is going on there. Make sure my stream is good through my phone. So anyway, yeah, UFC 322 happened. I wanted to talk about that. If you guys missed it, I did come out with the video breaking down, what matchups I thought should happen next, what makes the most sense. To me, I like I've said this a million times. Like I think Islam is not going to go back down to lightweight. I almost said featherweight, but to lightweight at all. Just because, like I said, it doesn't even make sense. Even if he could, it just why you're halting progression at your new weight class. So it just doesn't even make sense to like just now switch up out of nowhere. Stay at welterweight, Ilya. Stay at lightweight. The fight is dead. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. Like, come on, the fight is absolutely dead. There's no way the fight could happen. And what I mean is, yeah, maybe it could technically happen, but we don't want to see it. I made a video today breaking down all the matchups I wanted to see. Didn't see it. I was curious to see how the reactions were going to be, and if people were going to disagree with me or anything like that. And I was really curious to see on Saturday because obviously I had a bit of I don't know if it was a hot take. It was definitely, and what's up, Johnny? I see you're back, or maybe that was from before. My bad, that was from before. Whoops. But what's up, Piggly Wiggly here? Shout out Piggly Wiggly, bro. What do you call it? Yeah. So I made all these different matchups of what I wanted to see in the welterweight division because there is a lot of different matchups you could do right now. I don't want to give away my matchups, so you guys are gonna have to go look at that video. We will talk about a few of them. I'm sure they'll come up in the stream. But just to give a little recap, obviously, look, a few days after UFC 322, there isn't really any direction that we know of, but there is a massive event happening on Saturday, which I haven't really talked super in depth about. I'm not going to, unless I'm sure it's going to come up in conversation. I'm not going to do that right now. But that fight is, of course, Bilal and Ian Gary. Now, the winner of that fight, I saw someone in the comments say, surely that person is going to get a title shot. Well, first of all, Bilal could win that fight. And I'm not sure if he's going to get a title shot because he doesn't want to fight Islam, it seems like. But we will talk about Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Don't worry, that's definitely something that we got to talk about. But what do you call it with Islam? It seems like, well, I don't even know what I was saying now. Whoops, I can't read the chat. I gotta like just be focused here, Oh, no, it was about Ian Gary and Bilal. I don't think that's a number one contenders fight because if Bilal wins, we know he's not going to fight Islam. And Ian Gary, even if Ian Gary wins, who did he fight? He beat Carlos Praches. Before that, he lost to Shavkat, which, yeah, Shavkat, but still, he lost. And what, he's just going to beat Bilal coming off of a loss? I don't really think that's all that convincing to say, oh, yeah, he must get a title shot. So if he gets a title shot, look, it's not the craziest thing in the world, and I could see an argument saying, hey, he deserves a title shot. Also, we're talking about this on Monday. If he knocks out Bilal, that's pretty impressive. So it really all depends how it exactly happens, but I think in all actuality, I can't see Ian Gary knocking out Bilal. I think it's probably going to go to a decision, and I honestly am kind of leaning towards Bilal a little bit. Call me crazy, but I know a lot of people probably think Bilal is washed, and Bilal gets a lot of hate as it is, but look, I think he could beat Ian Gary. I think Ian Gary, I don't know. It's tough to say. Ian Gary, there's a lot of questions there. And I don't think Bilal is washed. So, and I actually think Bilal is pretty good as a good fighter. He's not maybe the most entertaining, but, you know. It is a 3-round fight, which I don't know. Who does that favor? I kind of think it favors Bilal in a crazy way because I feel like Bilal could easily steal a round by holding down Ian Gary. Like, you know, we saw this weekend, just holding down people, this and that. I think something needs to be done about that, which, like I said, I'm sure that topic's going to come up a whole bunch about what to do with that. And I kind of want to clarify some things I said as well, or just talk more in depth and maybe, you know, especially after thinking about this for multiple days. But I could see Bilal getting a takedown. The all likelihood in that, it's pretty likely, guys. And also, guys, join the Discord server. We're gonna just start up calls pretty soon. I'm hoping that the MMA Uwu joins, and he said that he said he would join, but he said don't ban him. So I don't know. I feel like was the MMA Uwu like a hater or something? Let me see. I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling like, why did he say ban him? But whatever. Look, we're here to talk to everybody, like haters, lovers. Look, we're here to squabble the differences and either intensify the beef, or we're gonna, you know, hopefully squash the beef. Like, come on, we're just here to talk. MMA Ooh is in the server. Oh, shout out. I didn't. Was his name MMA Ooh in this? Maybe that's why. What's up, Jack? I saw him join. Oh, he just joined. Oh, shit. Okay. What's up, Jack? I got beef with you. How can you say Usman should get the next title shot? Usman has 1 win in his last 4 fights. They don't hate Usman, but he needs to get more busy to get a title shot. Okay, look. Okay, so Fish Nerds. Shout out to Fish Nerds, because I literally was just saying this a few minutes ago how nobody was giving me shit, and I was surprised no one gave me shit about it, but you just gave me shit about this, so let's talk about it. Yes, I do want to talk about it. Maybe you'll hop on the Discord because I just got a notification seeing that you joined. But I will address this since you just put it in the chat. Let me talk about it real quick, and I want to read the rest of the chat because I know I'd missed a few, and then we'll get to the Discord stuff. But so yeah, if you guys missed it, that was, you know, I mean, it was the thumbnail, all this and that. It was Islam Makhachev versus Kamaru Usman. I'm not surprised to hear Fish Nerd say this because I did think people were gonna give me shit, but I still stand by what I said. I think it makes sense for what I'm doing in this is okay. Let me put it like this. First of all, I think that there isn't like a clear number one contender, right? That's the number one thing. Like if there was obviously, like if Sean Brady beat Michael Morales, I would say give it to Sean Brady. He deserves it. That's a clear number one contender. I mean, dude, he beat Leon, beat Michael Morales, an undefeated guy, took a big risk doing that. I would say that, but I don't think Michael Morales is all that ready to fight Islam, and I don't think many people would favor Carlos Pratos or Michael Morales against Islam Makhachev, especially after Saturday, especially that they're both pretty young in their career. I think this is a perfect time to, hey, let Islam kind of settle into welterweight, have a fight against Usman. I don't think Usman would win, but Usman, look, he is coming off of a win against Joaquin Buckley, a fight I didn't think he was going to win. And I forgot what you said about how many losses, or he's like won in his last 4. Well, the Hamza fight, in my opinion, I actually thought he won. I know people say it was a draw. I actually don't think the first round was a 10-8, and I actually still don't think that. I think Usman won second and third. But regardless, even if it was a draw, he took that fight on 10 days notice, okay, and that was up a weight class. So even then, okay, you're gonna knock him for that. But then the Leon fight, that was an extremely close fight, you know. In the first fight, he was winning. Or the second fight, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. The third fight, it was almost a draw. I think it was a majority decision to Leon. And then the second fight, it was literally all Usman until the last round. So I don't know. I think even though, yeah, he is, you know, 1 in out of his last 4 or whatever, but look at the people he's lost to and look at the losses themselves. And also just, I mean, the guy has had a long career. So I think, and from the UFC's perspective, he is a bigger name right now. And you could take the time 2026 to build Praches and build Morales. Maybe have them fight each other into maybe a co-main event of a pay-per-view, maybe a featured bout or something like that. Maybe tie it into, Islam versus Usman, and they could be a backup or something like that. I think it makes sense. So I understand that, you know, probably people say, oh, it's not going to be competitive, and it does seem weird, but I was really impressed with Usman being able to beat Buckley, so I wouldn't mind it. I mean, if he wasn't coming off of a win, I would get it, but he's coming off of a win. Why not do it? And why I also mention that is I think that's what's going to happen, just because I mean, Ali is both Islam and Usman's manager. The likelihood of the fight happening is pretty high. Like, I would be shocked if I feel like it's gonna happen unless Ian Gary. It's really up to Ian Gary, or if unless Bilal like goes like full like heel at the end of his post fight interview, and then he just is like, oh yeah, fuck Islam, and then just betrays the brotherhood and all this and that. I mean, then perhaps I would, like I said, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Bilal turning evil, you know. But let's see, guys. Let's see what you guys have to say. Not related to. Oh yeah, let me answer this. Not related to MMA. But what do you think of Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua? I'm going to talk about that in a second. Let me read a little bit of else, and I'm going to circle back. I think if Ian wins, he should fight for the belt because he already beat Prochus. That's fair, but I don't know. It depends because he just lost to Shavkat. And I mean, dude, I would actually, I don't know. It depends how he beats Bilal. It would be interesting. But I think we just saw, I mean, come on, Bilal and Islam are two different guys, so I don't know. I can't really say that anymore. Hello, what's up, Salah? I don't think I saw hello to you. Emma was in the server. Okay, I guess he joined, blah, blah, blah. Sup, John Dong. I think Usman does better than JDM in the wrestling department. Absolutely. The only thing that I worry about is the injuries, guys. Like, he has bad knee injuries. He's, had a long career, so I don't know. That's my only question is will he show up to the fight 100%? I really have no interest in the fight if Usman isn't going to show up like above. I think it's unrealistic to say that he's like, 30%, that he's like 90% or something like that. But if he's like 70%, 65%, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else. Boom, boom. Wait, hold up. I want to read this. Jack, my girl was just in a romantic mood with me on the phone, and I was trying to watch a show without her realizing you got to do what you got to do when Jack is live. Let's go. Yo, bro, shout out, bro. I could get you through it, man. I'll give you motivation, bro. Well, not even I guess you don't really need motivation to do that, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'll what's more than motivation? Like, cheer you on type. You know what I'm saying? Everyone in the chat. Shout out, and even typing in the chat too. Now, if you join the Discord, Johnny, now you can own the channel at this point. You get equity in the channel at this point if you join the Discord. I mean, that is real. If you're in there debating, I mean, that would be ultimately real. Okay, wait, I wanted to go back because I didn't read this. Usman definitely getting the manager, and I will also recap Joshua and Jake, by the way. But Usman's definitely getting the title shot. Also manages both fighters, and a win over former champ looks better on Islam's record. And Eric, absolutely. This is what I was saying in my video. Absolutely. It's a great fight on paper. It's kind of similar. I said this in my video, but it's very similar to John Jones versus Stipe. Fight didn't make sense. It was stupid. Stipe was coming off of a loss, okay? And they promoted. It's going to be a very similar, very, very similar build-up. Ali managers both fight. Yeah, wish we can get Prime Usman. Yeah, that would be fire. I'll give you the second reason I don't like the Usman title fight. It's Ali using one of his guys to help him double dip. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to happen. Like, I mean, come on. When there isn't a number one contender, like, I'm sure he's going to push. Watch for the interviews. It's going to happen. What's going to happen, I guarantee you this, is we're going to see Usman in an interview talking shit about Islam or doing something that's going to drive us fans to talk about it and create a narrative that the UFC are going to be like, oh, obviously we're going to pick this one. It makes the most sense. And now there's a whole narrative with it even as well. So that's what I think is going to happen. Thoughts on Solus MMA and Eagle MMA? I honestly don't, like I said, I don't watch, like, well, I can't even open a fucking thing anyway. My fucking computer's broken, but I was going to look them up, but I can't. Lost Soul, it sounds a little, they both sound a little familiar. No, I'm thinking about Eagle FC. I'm thinking about Eagle FC. So I don't know Eagle MMA, but Lost Soul MMA, yeah, he does sound familiar, but sorry, guys. I'm not trying to act Hollywood, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't know who this guy is. I honestly... I don't watch, and I think it's good not to watch a lot of MMA guys because I feel like, come on, it's just not as hot. There isn't as much news, so you're not really looking to see as many people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe one person, and that's that. Like you're not, like back then it was like, oh shit, like maybe like this crazy, like back-to-back crazy cards. Okay, you got it. Like you're rotating a little bit. Now it's like, okay, a good card comes on, you see guys' prediction, this, that, and the other thing. But realistically, like I feel like you just stick to one guy, and it's good because then you're not influenced. Jack, I'm up for debating when a topic gets me going. Well, you can come in with any topic. That's the whole thing, is you can come in at any topic. I actually meant to ask you about me debating someone on current heavyweights versus older heavyweight era and whether the old guard could hang today. If someone wants to debate that, I'm in. Okay. Yo, what do you use to edit your videos, man? And if anyone wants to do this, by the way, let me know. Yo, what do you use to edit your videos? I use Premiere. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real. I've been thinking about. I'm a very heavy Premiere user. I've been using Premiere for a very long time. But recently, I've been thinking about going to Final Cut because I have a Windows right now. But as you guys see, my fucking computer is shitting bricks right now. But I've been thinking about getting a Mac Mini or something like that. I would love a Mac Studio, but that's OD. But a Mac Mini or something like that. And I have already a MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. I just got in the summer, so that I like a lot, and it's making me be like, yo, maybe I should get Final Cut because Premiere's been shitting on me a lot because I've been mixing a lot of, well, not mixing, but well, I guess what would it be called, mixing the audio for the videos, and sometimes it's a little bit it crashes, it does this and that, and it's killing my computer, so I might switch. But yeah, that's to give you a long answer to a short question. Did you catch the Malcolm Wellmaker fight? Did you notice Ewing's coach being super loud out there? Kind of stole the show. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't notice the post fight like thing and all that. But no, I don't know what you're talking about, the coach. But I did watch the fight. I thought the fight. Yeah, no, I was surprised. And there was a lot of hype too. I was actually at the Q&A, like the UFC Q&A. I went to the one because it was in New York City. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually trying to ask a question. I was trying to represent, but I didn't want to like say anything beforehand because I was hoping it would be like a little surprise. I was hoping to get some content out of that, but it really didn't work out. They actually didn't really let anyone ask questions. If you guys peeped, like it really was like mostly media. And it was people, like, you had to, like, be in a VIP ass section to ask questions. I don't know if they always do this. I don't know if something happened. I mean, to be honest, there's been crazy questions, so maybe they just don't do it anymore and they don't trust fans. But I was trying to ask a question. I thought it would have been good. I was going to ask, I don't know. I was in between questions, but I actually wanted to kind of ask you guys what I should ask. But I didn't get to, ask y'all. He's going to throw a head kick. His coach given with comms. Now, to be honest, I couldn't really listen to the fights for a while. When I was watching it, it was pretty low, so I didn't really get to hear the audio that much of the fights, but I was locked in. Any tips with starting a channel? I mean, I would say just I don't know, like just what would be like a good tip? I would say just do it. Just go for it, and I would say try to focus on like the beginning very much of your videos and stuff like that'll take you a long way. Like if you get people at least to watch like a decent amount of it, then they'll probably watch a lot of it, hopefully that's the goal, right? So maybe that would be my tip for you. But just look, be yourself, kind of, I don't fake it on here. Like, look, all my opinions are real. I hate it when people have opinions, because I understand how it works. It is, I'm going to be honest, guys, it is easy. You could, like, or not easy, like, it's tempting, when an event happens, it's like, oh, yeah, you could have a lazy opinion. Oh, boom, throw it out there. But it's like, do you actually feel that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people fake rage, like, I forgot who I saw today. It was someone, I would have name dropped them, but someone did it, and it was like, it was about like, oh my god, it was like raging at JDM. Like, come on, bro, there's no way anyone hates JDM that much, bro. Get the fuck. You're just trying to like, I don't even know, like, just trying to rage bait. I mean, that's literally what you're doing. Like, honestly, it's working because I'm talking about it on stream and all this. But I didn't even know. I don't even remember who he was now. But I saw it on Twitter. The advice to start a channel is to do it. IMF, you do it, and I don't know what IMF means, but you do it. You really care. I think an audience will develop. Absolutely true. Jack's opinions are always his own. Yeah. Like, come on. You could say whatever. Like, I'm not afraid to come in here and afraid to get roasted. Like I said the Usman one. I was honestly I was ready for some hate, but look, I'm going to say it. You like guys? Okay, well, like what? Like big chilling is like, yo, it goes from like, yo, what do you use to edit? Any tips for starting a channel and you like guys is what we've just evolved to slowly but surely. Okay. A shout out to big chilling. That was funny. Let me say, I wanted to talk about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua real quick before I go on the Discord. I'm about to start the Discord up in a second. So if y'all want to join, go to the on air Let me see. Is anyone on air right now? But if y'all want to go on the on-air channel, and you'll be heard on stream. So shout out. Is anyone on air right now? No one's on air right now. So if y'all want to go on, join the air. Let's see. Did anyone join the Discord just now? Y'all were saying someone did, but Anthony Joshua, right? He is going to be fighting Jake Paul, apparently, guys. That is absolutely insane. I can't believe this. Like, first of all, I mean, people are saying, and I know people are going to say I'm a hater, but like I just said 5 minutes ago, I don't care. I'll say my opinion, okay? People might say this is some hater shit that I'm going to say, oh, you got to give Jake props. Jake, oh my God, he's fighting a heavyweight, this and that. And I'm getting heated about this because this is the most ridiculous thing I've been saying all day. It was MMA Joey, you're right. It was Fish Nerds, you're right. It was MMA Joey. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about that did it. Absolutely. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, rage at JDM. Like, and it's like the most fake rage of all time. I used to be a fan, but once he was getting reactions, the whole channel became rage bait. Exactly. Like, dude, at the end of the day, like, I feel like, at least me, maybe not everybody, maybe it's not everybody, but I feel like I'll have an idea of like what trends. If a video, there's been tons of times where I think a video will do well and it does bad. Okay, that happens, but it's rare that I'm like, oh, this video will do well. Oh no, let me do the opposite. Like this video, wait, no, that didn't make sense. Hold up. It is rare. I don't even know. I've been wrong, but if I have a feeling, like a very strong feeling, like I know, you know what I'm saying? Like there'll be times where I'm like, I want to experiment, but I feel like when I know I have okay. I've been wrong about videos, but I've been right about all the videos that'll do well, if that makes sense. That didn't even make sense. But I'm going to just change the topic because I realized that didn't even make any sense. But I feel like I have a feeling when a video will do well. And it is easy if you know a video will do well, if you have a particular topic, particularly a hating topic. Obviously, if you hate on somebody, it's going to do well on YouTube. It's just a fact. So that's why you get these fake reactions and this and that. And I want to get back to the thing, and then we'll talk more about the MMA Joey stuff, and I'll also get guys join the on the air call, by the way, y'all. And I see no one's on yet, but I don't know if anyone will join. But y'all join, and we'll have you guys come in with anything. Shout out, there's no fight news talk or talk fight news, talk sport fight sport news, fight sport talk or something. Shout out to him, but he's not here. What do you call it? Okay, but yeah, so Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul are going to fight. And now I know a lot of people are going to sit here and say, oh, guys, like, you got to give credit to Jake. Like, I see people online, oh, Jake's got balls. I even saw KSI, of all people, say Jake's got balls. Guys, let me put it to you guys like this, okay? And you guys might say I'm being a hater, but this is facts. Let me put it to you like this. Jake Paul, this move proves how much of a bitch Jake Paul is. I know you guys are like, what? How? Jake, he's fighting this guy was heavyweight champion a couple years ago. This guy is going to knock out Jake Paul, and he will knock out Jake Paul. I think so. I think he's going to knock out Jake Paul. I would be shocked to see Jake win this. It would be, I mean, if Jake wins it, then respect. I'll give him respect if he wins it, but he is the biggest bitch because he would rather lose to a guy that he's obviously going to lose to, that a guy that he can come out and say, well, of course I was going to lose to Anthony Joshua. He's so much bigger than me. I took him on short notice. Instead of just fighting a normal fighter that he has 50-50 chance on, that he has no excuse. Because if he loses to Anthony Joshua, nothing will happen to his career. I personally think it's risky because I think he can get seriously hurt. And I think if he gets knocked out brutally, that could be the end of the Jake train. And who knows, even if he gets knocked out brutally, will that feed the crowd? And will they say, you know what we saw, and I'm good. I don't need to see any more. I don't need to see any more Jake Paul fights. He finally lost, and we saw what happened when he fought a boxer. There's probably going to be a significant amount of people that say that. But truthfully, like, there's also probably a lot of people that are going to tune in for the competitive aspect of it and say, well, actually, I'm gonna what do you call it? Well, they're gonna say, well, actually, it was just the heavyweight champ, or not the heavyweight champ now, but he's a heavyweight. Jake took it on short notice. I mean, who knows? He could still beat these MMA guys. He could still be, and this is this is an excuse, I should say, for Jake to say, well, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna fight MMA fighters. I just got knocked out. This proves how much of a bitch Jake is. Absolutely. And honestly, I like that the fight's happening. Look, I could have two different feelings. I definitely think Jake is a bitch for this, but I'm excited for the fight. I am excited for the fight, and I will be watching the fight, absolutely. I think it's how funny. I don't even know. I think this is a terrible idea. I mean, I actually, you know, I think, I don't know. I think to me, I don't know if he's necessarily doing this so maliciously to say like, oh, well, look, if I lose this fight and no one's going to care. He might not even be thinking that. I honestly do think he's just trying to save the show and come up with something crazy, because this is a dumb fight to take, because it's going to risk his business, first of all. It is going to affect his business. I think when he gets knocked out, it's going to affect his business, and it could affect him health. It could affect his business. Even more so in other fights, could his chin be gone? These are all, I mean, concerns. I don't know. Jake Paul's been boxing a long time. I know the guy spars a lot. You know, who knows how much damage he's realistically took at this point in his career. I mean, the guy isn't good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure every fucking coming up pro is trying to get clips of him in the gym, probably teeing off on his head. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Jake's just a dickhead anyway. So, I mean, that's probably what's happening. I wanted to back up here. I just feel gutted for Sean Brady. He seems like a good guy, tough, hungry, and I've been calling him to be Islam. I still think he's great. It was just Morales' night. I think that Brady was injured, to be honest, but I agree. I was also feeling bad for him there and all that stuff. Do I have to go in the air for y'all to join, I think? Maybe? I don't know. Well, I'm in the air now, so we'll see. But I'm going to mute it, so I won't hear any of y'all. If y'all are in it, I'm not going to hear you. But let me know if you guys join. The Discord server is open, so if y'all want to join, say your hot take, join now. I'm in it. I think maybe it wasn't open before. Oh, yeah, Fish Nerds is in here. Shout out Fish Nerds. We're going to get to him. Now y'all could join, so actually it was my bad. Whoops. Okay. I want to read some of y'all, what y'all were saying while I was talking. I agree. I feel bad for him, too. Who's MMA Joey? He's like some YouTuber, like, you know, he's like another one of these guys, you know, just talking. Is Logan really fighting Anthony Joshua? I thought this was fake. And no, it's Jake Paul, but so it wasn't Logan, but yeah, it is Jake Paul, and it is legit. That's insane. Yeah, it is insane. Were you shocked by any result? Oh, this is to John Dong, so I don't even know. Should I read these? Are these like private DMs? I don't even know. I feel like maybe I shouldn't read these. Let's see. AJ didn't play around with Ngannou. I doubt he does with Jake. With Jake Paul. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is with Jake, people, that's another reason why it's risky. I don't think Anthony Joshua was going out there like, you know what, like, I'm getting a payday, like, I'm a nice guy, you know what, let's just both look good. No, the guy is coming off of multiple losses in a row, got brutally knocked out by Dubois in his last fight. I mean, and if he goes out there and goes to decision with Jake Paul, that is going to hurt his career already. You know what I'm saying? He's already washed. Jack, I'm trying to figure out the Discord situation. I have one, but I've never joined a server. So just click. All you got to do, if you're in the Discord now, you just go to channels, and there's an on-the-air like call, and you'll see me and Fish Nerds there. So shout out Fish Nerds, and we'll get to him in a second. First time talking to Fish Nerds, I'd think. I mean, Fish Nerds has been on the stuff for a long time, but I'm about to talk to him in a second. But yeah, no, that's the thing is I think he's gonna try to knock him out, and I think he's gonna really be vicious with that dude. I don't think that Jake is gonna come out conscious. Hot take: men's MMA is better than women's MMA. Put user in timeout. Should I put him in timeout, guys? That's sexist, bro. Come on, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to figure out the Discord. Oh, no, I read that. Damn, I'm still waiting for my role. Bro, I just talked to Shiv today, guys. Give Shiv a break. He just got surgery. So I actually invited him on stream today. He literally is recovering from surgery. That's how bad he was. He couldn't join the Discord call. Ground City said yes. So please be patient with the roles. My guy just gave away a kidney. He has a good excuse. So shout out Shiv. All right, let's get to this, guys. Let's go. I'm going to talk to Fish Nerds right now. Fish Nerds, you're good. Let's hear. Let's see. I'm finally going to meet the guy himself. What's up?
What's going on, Jack?
What's up, bro? What the hell? This has been like, I feel like a long time in the making here. Like you've been, chatting for a hot second. I'm glad to finally be here, putting a voice to the text here. You there? Oh, no. Wait, hold up. Oh, my God. Are you talking right now? And I can't hear you. Oh, God, guys. This is very tough. I think it's cause I think I know what's up. It's just cause my speaker. Yeah. Oh no, it's not my speaker. Is it you? Yo, are you there? Hold up, talk. Oh wait, hold up. Wait, talk again? Yeah, no, I think it's. I don't know. That's weird though.
Hello?
Oh no, hold up. Oh my god, I might be a little.
I heard myself on the.
Yeah, it might be slow, bro, because I just had my speakers turned to the lowest setting. That was why. My bad. Okay, you're good now.
All right, you think you can hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
All right, man. Yeah, I just wanted to say I've been following you now. I think it's been like 2 years. I think I followed you ever since you did the Aljamain Sterling interview in the gym. So
Nah, that's
it's been a while.
crazy. That's like literally like my first video type shit. Like that's like
That's
anyway.
about how long I've been following you.
Damn, bro. I appreciate
Yeah.
it, bro. I appreciate. Yo, Fight Sport Talk is here too. What the hell? But what do you call it? But
Yeah.
no, I appreciate it, dude. That's crazy. 2 years is a long ass time.
Nah, to tell you the truth, before we get into what I wanted
Oh
to talk
fuck.
about, the reason I've always liked you is because you're a reasonable guy. You know, I like guys that are when I watch that I don't like fighter bashing. I don't like
Yeah.
people who just come on and talk a lot of smack.
Mhm.
I just think these guys are you know, I'm a photographer. I was a photographer. I came from that kind of background. I got into photography. I'd done a lot
Wait,
of work
I'm
with
sorry.
kids
Wait,
during my life.
wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Just give me a second, cause can you speak again?
Go ahead. Can you hear me now?
Okay. No. I can hear you, but it's just that my stream couldn't hear you. But you're good now. You can speak now. So you could just continue what you're
Okay.
saying. They could hear you through
No
my
worries.
they could hear you through my speakers though. I just fixed it now, but you're good now. So what were you
Okay.
saying? So I heard about the photography that you're in from a photographer.
Yeah. So
You can
so
continue from there.
I've been a photographer. I don't like fighter bashing because I see how hard these kids work. You know, I did a lot of amateur shows.
Mhm.
So when these YouTubers come on, and let's face it, like they don't train, they've never done any kind of thing like that. It's kind of annoying when they get on and they start bashing the fighters.
Mhm.
And I'm not talking about being critical of them. I'm just talking about when they start bashing them,
Yeah.
and then it's like real poisonous the landscape because someone like MMA Joey is someone who's actually been a really good guy to me. You know, like I got him when he first started. I started following him when he first started, and I've been following him for a long time. I think he was under 1,000 followers when I first started following. He used to do the when Josh Fabia was with Diego Lopez.
Mhm.
He did some really great breakdowns, and that's how I caught wind of his channel. And you know, I was following him, and I remember he used to talk to another guy named James Lynch, who's another
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
commentator.
Shout out to him. Right? Is he, is
Yeah,
he a good guy or what? Because I mean, I
yeah,
say
no, in the ring, you know, they're the kind of people. Oh, this guy's a pussy. He tried in the ring,
yo, wait, hold
and
up,
it's just
bro,
like, oh
wait.
man.
Yo. All right, guys, we're back. I think I'm trying right now. I might.
Yeah,
Yo, are you there? I hear you now.
I'm still here.
Yo,
I'm
my
still
bad,
here.
bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my shit. As you know, my shit has been on 1% for a minute, but I think next week it should. Well, definitely next week it should be fixed. Hopefully. But all right, hold up. This shit is reconnected, so I don't think there should be any issue, guys. Guys, I'm sorry, y'all, but what happened? I think it should be good now. Yo, MMA Uwu here. Shout out, bro. I see him, but yo, let me finish with Fishners first, and then I'll get to you, bro. Shout out, bro. Nah, fucking cook. Nah.
What is it? Your Wi-Fi or?
Nah, it's basically my RAM is fucked up on my computer, so literally like it's like literally too much to process, literally at once. Yeah, so that's why it keeps crashing and shit. But that's why I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put it on my Mac because my Mac is.
What's going on, MMA?
Yo, that ass, bro.
Same old shit, bro.
Hold up.
Same old shit, man.
So we're gonna change y'all to the Discord.
Bro.
This thing's not working.
Yo, we got like a massive guys. We got like a massive thing going on, bro. Don't worry. The stream ain't.
Real quick before Jack gets back, I'll take some time.
Yeah. Go ahead, take your time, bro.
I think I hear a lot of people talking about Protez versus Morales. Obviously, stylistically, this is a crazy matchup, very compelling. But what I don't think people are taking into consideration is that Sean Brady was fighting down, and Leon, in a way, was fighting up. Protez had a lot of hype coming. He's the closest thing to a non-Dagestani that we have. That's why Jake Paul's such a tough fight.
Well, it's not even that whether he's on the level or not. The fact is, he just doesn't deserve it. And
he doesn't deserve it. Again, what does that mean?
Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, what is it? Okay, there's no point in us even having these conversations then if we're not going to talk about who deserves
semantics. It's semantics. I understand. Yeah.
No. It's not. It's not semantics. Just because the UFC. No. Just because the UFC normally gives guys who don't deserve it, sometimes they do. Eventually, they do.
But yeah.
So did Kaya Sakura. So did Moicano. I'm just saying. So did Stipe.
Wait, hold up.
Fought for a title. I could keep going. Bunch of guys get title shots.
Real quick, I want to have a little bit of input.
Yeah.
I do think it's a fair thing to say. Kamaru he should get an opportunity to fight one of the top guys, to fight one of the, fight for the title.
Well, I agree with you.
It's not like I'm saying Kamaru sucks and he's no good.
He doesn't deserve a title shot, but if he says Morales or Pontes, if you want a title shot, you got to get through me.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think he beat both of them. I think because it is wrestling.
That's the problem.
But it is what it
jump the line.
Yeah, and it is what it is. Even though I'm not like a big fan of that wrestling style, because it's not as exciting. It's MMA. If you can't stop it, that's on them. They gotta learn how to stop it. But I'm with you. I can see the UFC doing that, or they would just put Kamaru in there, so that way
for the sake of the continuity. You got to think about right now. We just watched two essentially top contenders in Pontes and Morales knock out their opponents in spectacular fashion. The fact that both of those finishes happened on the same night already leaves a void. Like, they can't. Those two guys, neither of them can fight for a title. They both did the same thing against the guys that are on pretty much the same level, who are at the same stage in their career, essentially, on trying to come back off losing streaks and shit. And they're neck and neck. They're not gonna wait.
Yo, are we live right now? Actually,
one guy fights for the title. You have another guy who also deserves the title. Then he fights somebody who doesn't deserve it, loses potential.
Yo, I didn't even know I was live right now. What the fuck? That's funny. Yeah, y'all can keep going though. Yeah, I'll make y'all loud. Right now I'm trying to make. Can y'all hear yourselves on stream or what's up? Actually, since I'm live, actually.
I don't know. I
can't hear.
Or any of y'all in the chat, let me know. I'll keep focusing. Y'all can keep talking. It seems like it because people are responding.
With what's his name though, the MMA guy. I think the UFC, if they were taking on our advice, they wouldn't give Morales or Pontes title shots. They would either make them fight each other and give the winner of that a title shot, or they would give one of them a title shot and make one of them fight Kamaru. Because Bilal's not getting a title shot. With the hierarchy and the way the world's changing, Bilal knows he ain't seen that title anytime soon. So, and I think that's a rematch that needs Bilal versus Sean Brady too. There you go, Sean Brady. Get you a grappler that can't knock nobody out.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting to have like a little mini tournament of Pontes, Morales, the winner of Bilal and Gary and Kamaru. You could do those four. However, in a little mini tournament, winner fights Islam at the White House card or around that time, because he's not going to fight during Ramadan. So if he doesn't fight in February, he's not going to take a title fight until June. You can have everyone battle it out for that opportunity beforehand.
I think the sad part about Pontes, guys, is I don't think
I'm not even live, dog. I'm not even live, dog. All right, yo, what's up, guys? We're back here. All right, we're live here once again. We got to redo the intro, guys. So before I thought I wasn't live and I was live. Now I just thought I was not live, or I thought I was live when I wasn't live. So this is perfect. But we're here, guys. We got the Discord all set up. We got everything all here. Keep continuing to type in the chat because I will respond to you through my computer, because that seems to be the only thing working on my computer is this chat. So I'll respond. But I guess we've kind of, I know there was a lot of crosstalk. You guys missed it. Honestly, I want to give a shout out to everyone that's in this Discord right now. Because I literally had like a podcast to listen to as I literally was fixing my computer, bro. So I appreciate y'all. Or are they not here? Oh my god, I'm like so cooked. I might be
No, we're
cooked.
still here. We're
Oh
still
no,
here.
I somehow got rid of y'all. There
Can
we
y'all
go.
hear me?
Okay, there you are.
Yeah, we got you, Johnny.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
you,
right.
Johnny.
What's up, boys?
So
I did not know I was on the call. I was staying out of things until I could tell. So
Hey, what's
good
up?
to be here.
Yo, shout out Johnny Monday for
What's up,
joining,
buddy?
bro. Long time no talk. Wait, did Fight Talk Sport leave, bro? Did
Yeah,
you
he
rage
kinda got
quit?
frustrated.
Did he rage quit MMA Uwu?
He rage quit.
Yeah, I heard that y'all were
MMA
fighting. I wanted to
yeah.
address it. Nah, come on, Fight Talk Sport. Please come back. All right, come on. We'll moderate this. We'll have a back and forth. Come on. He seemed to be getting tight.
I understand. Yeah, I understand what Fight Talk Sport got frustrated with. Is it was something about like Uwu was telling him about how like this is how it is, and Fight Talk was kind of like saying, hey, there's got to be like some standards,
Mm-hmm.
and then when Uwu
Did seem like that as well. I agree with you. So it seemed like I overheard a little bit of it. I was fixing it. I was hoping he would stay here. I just thought y'all had quiet down. Where is MMA? Ooh, I want to get his thoughts on that. But wait, what the fuck? It keeps crashing this thing. Oh no, we're here.
Nah,
we? Oh no,
we're still
we're
here.
good. We're good. We're good now. I think we should be good for officially. And I know I keep saying that, but I think we actually will be. All right. So I guess Fish Nerds, I'm sorry. You were talking to me. We'll get to you. I know there's now a little bit of a log jam, but I honestly,
good.
last thing, not to be bro, last thing I remember was a photography thing, bro. You were telling me you come from a photographer background. Is that an appropriate place to, because then that
we
was
can do it
where
real
my
quick.
computer started absolutely shitting.
No, yeah, no problem. Just real quick. That's how my background in the local MMA scene here in LA.
Yeah,
So
that's
I got to meet
dope.
a lot of the local fighters. I never liked the when people bash fighters because you see all these kids, they work really hard. A lot of them do it for really almost no money, especially when they become pros. Like you make even less money because this guy broke it down to me. He was like, "Hey, I'm getting paid $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay $1,000 for the medical." So I mean, you right there. You're already at $200. The coach is going to take some money because you got to pay for your training camp.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically paying to fight in the beginning. So I just I've never been a fan of like guys who go and they bash fighters. But that being said, I just want to talk about also how great Islam is, and I wish that's what people focused on instead of talking about like how bad. Uh, Jack did, or whenever this happens, it's like they don't want to focus on how great the fighter that one did. It's this other guy was either a fraud or this other guy. Like when Alex beat Ink, it was like, Ink wasn't shit. Like no, he just got caught. Like
Yeah.
Alex is that good. Like he has a hard punch. He can hit hard. These are all good fighters. They have good days. They have bad days. I don't know if you were a fan back in the day, but I think especially like prior to Connor, when fighters lost, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I
like you were
agree.
always
I agree. There's been.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but there's been a change in the culture where it's now a much more humiliating situation for a fighter to be.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, Johnny. It's like I remember back in like 2012, like when John Jones, look at John Jones' career. He was fighting the best of the best when he was like 22 years old. They gave him the fight against Shogun. And it's like they wouldn't do that now. Now, if that fighter lost, they go, "Oh, it's a fraud check."
Yeah.
Like when O'Malley lost, and he lost to a dominant guy like Marab, and it's like, "Oh yeah, he's never been shit."
Well, I think
It's like Ronda was kind of right with that.
no, I think a lot of it is. I think
agree. That's
Wait, hold up. I want to say real quick, and
Go ahead,
also
Jack, go ahead.
let's do it like this, just because like this always happens. Let's do it one at a time. So we'll do Fish Nerds. I'll get to and I'll get to you, Johnny. Johnny, I hate putting you last, but at the same time, it's kind of a lesson for the lateness. I gotta be a little bit for the lateness. This is a little punishment for you getting last. So now we'll be late to talk to you, John.
I'll be patient. I'll be patient, buddy.
No, but I just want to respond to him because I want to say both things. First of all, about people hating. I absolutely, well, I wasn't a fan before, like that long ago, to say, before Connor, this and that. But I will say that, in my opinion, it probably is also just because social media has just obviously grown as well. Like social media, there's like fucking trolls everywhere on social media. Now you got to be afraid of like so many fucking people. Like, social media obviously is just like, even bigger. Like there's so many different, ways to just contact, so many channels now, so many this and that. And, the whole game has changed. So that's probably why, like, that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. Like, people are like rewarded. People, like it is rewarded to like just absolutely shit on certain fighters. And you said this when I was actually on my PC before the whole stream crashed and all this and that. But you said, oh, it's one thing to criticize and it's one thing to bash. I think that's an important distinction because, of course, look, I've criticized my fair share of fighters, but I don't think I've ever criticized someone unfairly. Especially if I'm criticizing someone, I feel way more comfortable criticizing somebody that isn't a good person, that, has done bad shit in the past. So it's like, come on, bro. You could deal with a few mean words and this and that, and someone that can take it, this and that. So I agree with you there. And for people, if people are saying, about JDM being a fraud now, I think Islam deserves a lot of respect. He looked really good. I kept saying, his cardio. His cardio was not an issue at all. Like, his cardio was really good. I thought it actually looked better at welterweight, surprisingly, just because I think he didn't have to cut weight and all of that. So I think that it just benefited him. So I agree with you 1,000%. I think it's corny, to fake hate. And you could tell who's fake hating, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you brought up that did you say, Fishnerds, that you supported him? Am I tripping? Didn't you say, like, you supported MMA Joey and then he turned on you or something like this? That he...
Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. He didn't turn on me. I just think, here's what happened real quick, and I'll make it quick because I don't want to make this like a bashing of MMA Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I like him. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He got a fan base, right? Like this group of youngsters started following him, and it was like this. They supported this real contrarian opinion. Whenever he would be like a contrarian, they would support him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it almost became toxic. So like I was saying, like there was that other guy, James Lynch. If you ever heard of him, he's another commentator, and they were together, and then they each had like a Discord. And then, like, the Discords kind of went to war with each other. Each of their fan bases, not even them, fan bases started arguing with each other. And then that turned them against each other. And it was really weird to watch on the outside because it was, like, two guys who were level-headed. But I think especially with MMA Joey, I felt like because he got so big, because of his contrarian opinions, and he gets a lot of donations. Like, the people who support him really support him.
Mm-hmm.
And more power to him, I'm not trying to hate. Hey, they want to support him, they can support him. But it got real negative, and now, like, if you talk, like when he goes on Twitter, he rage baits a lot. And then if you ask him, he's like, oh, no, I'm just rage baiting all these trolls that are out there. All these Muslim, like, basically trying to say, like he's a social justice warrior, like, oh yeah, I'm protecting all these people who are anti-Muslim, anti-Dagestani, or I'm going after them. And it's like, yeah, but now I can't even tell when you're being serious.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. That's such cap, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Exactly.
The fuck.
So I'll leave it at that, but I do have a question for you, Jack, before we go.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go, who do you think can beat Islam? Like, who do you think down the road? Because there's always going to be the fighter who dominates for a while, but there's always that guy who comes around and they're their kryptonite. Who can beat Islam's kryptonite? What kind of fighter will it be if you don't know who that fighter is yet?
Well, it's coming around the corner. The big 3-5. Big 3-5. The big 3-5 for Islam, man. 35 years old, the cursed age, man. I mean, could this be this isn't I do worry that he is getting older. Because we do see around that 35, 36 period. So I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he's got one more. But what happened? Wait, what did you say? Okay. Wait, hold up. Wait, no. Hold up. Wait, let me answer Fishner's first, and then we'll get to you. And also, Fight Sport Talk, I'm glad you're back, because I heard you and Uwu have beef. I'm going to address this next. I want to talk about the beef, and let's see this. Yeah, no. Wait, I want to get to it. I want to just answer Fishner's real quick. So, who do I think could be Islam? Honestly, it's really tough to say, because I was thinking that the night that it happened, I'm like, wow, like, Islam looked that good. I really don't know if anyone could beat him, but I think if there's one person, I would probably say Shavkat interests me. Usman, I know y'all, and it was funny, guys. I mean, I don't think I was live for this, but it was just like all y'all were just unanimously agreeing Usman should not get the title shot, which I was obviously the one saying in today's video, oh, he should get the title shot. So we'll talk about that as well, I'm sure. But Usman in his prime would interest me, but I just think he's battling so much with injuries, with age, with, you know, questions if he's even good now. You know, even Joaquin Buckley fought in June. Like, it's been a long time. So who even knows by the time, like, you know, he fights Islam and all that. So I would probably say Shavkat's the one that interests me, but I don't know. I mean, Ian Gary's not that bad because Ian Gary's just a really big dude and he's a tall guy, and maybe that could cause problems. But, I mean, I don't think, I mean, I know if someone says Sean Brady, I saw in the chat. I don't know if whoever said that's here, but Sean Brady would be interesting. But I think Shavkat, I think someone that's like a tall, rangy guy like that might cause some problems, and that has good like enough takedown defense because, you know, Ian Gary showed good takedown defense against Shavkat when he tried to take him down and stuff like that, and other fights too. No, I don't know if any other fight really, but yeah, no, I agree with you there. Or not agree with you there, but I think that I agree with you that Islam looks good and that there isn't a lot of people. All right, but that what you said was your last thing. I want to move on real quick to talk to MMA. Ooh, guys, you guys missed it. There was a heated debate. I think that took place. Was it on the stream, guys? Does anyone know if this was on stream that you guys had a heated debate? Yo, what are you smoking on, bro? Where are you from? No shit. Why I want to know? I didn't know if it was that NY bud. I didn't know if it was, you know what I'm saying, some Cali shit. No, shout out, bro. Yo, Massachusetts ain't that far away, bro. You live at like, well, I won't get into specifics. You won't get into specifics, but I was gonna say shout out Boston, shout out wherever, you know. But yo, yeah, apparently y'all had beef. So what was going on was I was overhearing it a little bit. I heard it get heated. What happened? Yeah, no. Apparently, you and everyone was saying that Fight Sport Talk rage quit, bro. I was asking. I was like, "Yo, what happened? Did he rage?" So, okay, you guys. What happened was, it seemed like for those of y'all that missed it, maybe from the stream, that y'all were debating about this whole who's gonna get the next title shot. It seemed like you, MMA Ooh, had a very, very intelligent opinion, saying, you know, Usman was going to get a title shot, kind of reminiscent of mine a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with you there. I think that he's going to get, and I agreed with a lot of what you were saying, but it seemed like Fight Sport Talk was saying, nah, like he doesn't deserve a title shot and this and that. Am I wrong in assessing this?
He made a good point. He doesn't deserve the title shot.
Okay. So.
Get the title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Fight Sports. I wasn't disagreeing with you. I agree with you. He doesn't deserve that shit at all. That nigga can honestly retire for like it. But considering how the UFC works and how they just be doing shit, I just know how they work. Like, if Islam didn't call him out, it'd be a completely different story. They're gonna spin a narrative and make it make sense. That's what they do.
I agree. Actually, like I said this on stream. I don't know if you heard, but I said like, what do you call it? Like, I got distracted because Fish Nerds left. Shout out Fish Nerds, y'all. But I said, wait, what was I just saying about? About Usman. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think what's going to happen the next few days is watch, bro. We're going to see this interview come out from ESPN MMA, Brett Okamoto, fucking Kamaru Usman. It's going to be him talking shit. I guarantee you. That's literally going to be the combo. This week, Brett Okamoto, ESPN, Kamaru Usman, talk shit, Islam Makhachev. Like, it's going to happen, bro. Absolutely. But what were you saying? More? Or let me get into this because it seems like y'all kind of squashed the beef a little bit. So let me ask you, MMA Ooh, because I want to get to you first, because you were here first. I don't know who was here second or who was here next, if Monday or Fight Talk. But I know you were next. So what was your what did you come on? Did you have a take to say, or you were just here just to chill? What is your what is your feeling about what was your whole thing?
I had some stuff to say about Makhachev. I was gonna defend Makhachev. I figured I'd counter your opinions about him. Actually, I wouldn't even counter them.
Oh right, yeah. Did you comment disagreeing?
Wanted to explain some shit.
Okay.
No, but did you want? Am I allowed to do that? I don't know how this works.
You said you disagreed with me or something, right? Didn't you say?
You said it. Did you think it was boring?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. I'm not bored. Nah.
Yeah. No. But this is what it's perfectly for. Like that. That's why I was confused because this is what it's for. Perfect. Is come on here and tell me what I was wrong about. Let's hear it.
All right. Well. All right. I don't think JDM was crying because he was bored. All right. I think he was crying because they were fighting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit you with this. Listen. And just hear me out, right? As a spectator versus the fighter, I think what we fail to do as fans, because we love the spectacle of the sport, we love the sensationalism, is we fail to step in the shoes of the fighter. No matter how boring we might be, like, no matter how boring the optics are. When I was watching that fight, I picked Islam. I actually picked Islam 5 months ago to win that fight exactly how the fuck he won it. I didn't think he was going to do that for 5 rounds. I thought eventually he'd get his sub, but I figured he'd just destroy Jack. Because it's not that Jack is bad or anything. He just has deficits in his game. And if you're a fan of Jack or you don't like Islam, you're going to go, all right, well, he does this, he trains with that guy, and this is why I think he'll be able to do this. But I just figured the opposite would happen, and I'm not going to gloat about it. It is what it is. Jack did the best he could. He didn't get fucking subbed. He did exactly what DDP did. A lot of people overlook the fact that people are going, Jack didn't do anything. If Jack didn't do anything, he would have died in the first round. That nigga was he was defending every single submission. He stayed in the safest positions possible to receive the least damage possible. Part of the reason why Islam couldn't replicate the Hamza performance was because Jack knew where to be on the ground. He knew how to get out of bed. You know, I give a lot of credit to Jack. Like, even though he might have, people are going, he's mentally weak or whatever. He's not mentally weak, because if he would have tapped. He was broken, maybe in spirit, maybe in body and mind or whatever, and all that shit. But the guy's a killer. If you're gonna blame anybody, you have to blame Jack. When you look at these matchups, when you got a Hamza Chimaev versus a DDP, when you have a Giacomo Della Maddalena versus an Islam Makhachev, you gotta go. We got a striker. We have a wrestler. We have a Conor McGregor versus a Khabib. You know, we have a striker. We have a wrestler. The wrestler is gonna come here and do what the fuck they do. It's up to the striker to be good enough to defend the takedowns, get back up to their feet, get off the cage, and make it a competitive fight. The reason why I heard Guru saying, you know, Marab and Umar was more exciting than this fight. That's because Marab and Umar are both level. They're both equal combatants, and they both could take each other down, out-scramble one another. Marab seemed to have the edge in that fight, but that's why it was competitive. When it came down to Conor McGregor versus Khabib, I mean, in hindsight, if we're looking at these performances, we put them next to each other, Conor did way better against the Dagestanis than anybody. Because he was able to get control time on Khabib. He was able to get back up to his feet. He was able to outland him in the clinch at moments of that fight. Conor's performance was impressive, but it was a bit lackluster because Khabib was so grapple heavy. And then you look at the DDP fight, he's not. People said he'd be good enough. It's not Hamzat's fault that everybody believed DDP was good enough to defend the takedowns. It's not his fault. The only reason you thought the fight was going to be competitive and be fun was because you thought DDP or JDM were good enough to fucking stop the takedowns. And some people said they weren't. And everybody said those people were delusional or just hating. And it's just not true. It's just like styles make fights, and certain people are better at other things. And in this case, I just think Islam was always going to win that fight.
Yeah.
He was always going to win that fight. It was always going to be boring. If he subbed him in the first round, people would be saying, well, see, he didn't want to strike with him. That's not a bad point. I obviously did not want to get in a dogfight with Jack. Clearly, he didn't want to test that boxing out pound for pound in the pocket. Clearly,
yeah.
But it's out of the conversation. He took that away from him, and Jack should have known. I don't blame Jack for this. I think we have to start looking at Craig Jones, guys, and saying, Craig.
Yeah.
It's Craig. Craig did that to him. Like,
yo.
Let's be real.
Well, first of all, I have a lot to say from what you said, but I want to know, I thought this was hilarious in the chat. Fish Nerds, shout out to Fish Nerds who left before. And also, Fight Sport Talk. I mean, look, I'm seeing you, bro. I see it. We're going to get to that because we'll get to this. But I thought this was funny. Fishner says, for anyone not in the Discord, this guy, which he means Uwu, he said Uru, but Uwu is living the best life. Starts off hitting the blunt, takes 3-minute break, and comes back eating a sandwich. What more could you ask for on a Monday, bro? I was dead. Yeah, and I could verify, yes. Shout out to MMA Uwu here. But look, everything you said about him being dominant is true. He did win, and wait, hold up. Oh, I thought you were trying to tell me it wasn't boring. That's why I was confused. That's what I was gonna say. Like, okay, we could both agree.
Can we be real? Yeah, this is the problem.
Oh, it's not. No. I don't blame Islam. No.
It's not JDM's fault.
No, it's not.
It's the UFC judges' when they rob people laws.
And also I think that the referees should be more okay. That's why I was confused. I was gonna say, bro, like, okay, I get all that, but like it'd still be boring. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. No, I agree with you then.
This is what I think people. This is the problem, right? Bilal Muhammad.
Wait, hold up. Actually, I'm gonna take a pause real quick. I'm sorry because I had to address this. Also, I got a little sidetracked. This is not even MMA topic, but Fight Sport Talk. So I read you this message. Fight Sport Talk. I'm glad he's still here because I got to ask him about this. I don't know if he means you, but then he says this guy has never been disciplined in his life.
Is he talking about me?
I don't know. Fight Sport Talk. Are you talking about our guy MMA Uwu or what's up?
Yo, bro, you see this shit right here? Yo, Fight Sport Talk.
Yeah.
You see this shit right here? Yo, bro, I'm a fucking fighter, dumbass. What are you talking about?
Oh shit.
What are you talking about, bro? I've never been disciplined, bro. I grew up in a group home, bro. I grew up in a boys' shelter. I don't have parents.
I'm saying that
I've
you
never
need to
been
know.
disciplined, bro. I spent my life in a lockdown facility with a bunch
Okay, I
of
don't need a life story.
No, I don't care. But you can't. No, you see, I don't need a life story. That's exactly what. Hold on, Jack. Give me 1 second.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
Fight sports. I'm not going to disrespect you. It's okay. This is what people do. They say things without any context, without just assuming, and it's fine. And no, hold on. I don't care. You don't listen. You don't get to make accusations or make claims about people. And then when the person hold on, let me speak, and then you can have your time to defend yourself. You don't get to say something like that. And then when the person proves that it's not true, you go, I don't want your life story. I didn't give you a life story. If you want my life story, we can start from day one. You want to get that? Don't do that. Don't invalidate my life experience twice. You already did that. So don't do that. You want it. Let's take it down. Let's not keep it personal. I don't know you. I don't have a problem with you. You seem like a good guy. Let's go. Let's talk about MMA. Come on. I'm not going to attack your character. I don't know you.
Wow. I mean, well, let me ask this. I want to ask Fight Sport Talk where did this come from? This comment, because I was asking because you left and I was like, yo, did you rage quit? And people were saying, yeah, you rage quit. So what happened? What happened? Wait, I want to hear it real quick. Let's hear from Fight Sport Talk real quick. I just want to hear him explain his side and then we'll get back.
Nothing. I didn't rage quit. There was just no point in being here because every time I would start a sentence, this guy would just jump in. So that's what I'm saying when he's never been disciplined because he doesn't know when to stop talking.
Oh no, I just talk when I want to talk because I'm not a bitch. Sorry, I'm not you. You talk sports. I do sports. We're not gonna compare dick size.
I'm not there to beat the shit out of you.
Don't talk about nobody's been disciplined. I'm not you, bro.
I'm not there.
We're on Discord, brother. This is not real life. If we were face to face and I was having a conversation with you and I talked over you, I'd keep talking over you. There'd be nothing you do about it. So keep your mouth shut. Relax.
I would beat the shit out of you.
Stop talking about niggas ain't disciplined. You don't know what discipline is. You're a spoon-fed ass kid. You probably know both your parents. You probably talk to them at least once a week. They love you. You spend your holidays with your family, loving people, being happy. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Enjoy your life. Be happy. Let's talk about MMA. Stop being yo, bro, you're a soy ass nigga. You're a soy ass nigga. So y'all here throwing shade in comments that I can't see. And when I confront you about it, this is how you react. You're a soy ass nigga. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Say what you want to say about me. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, buddy. You can't. You're not even that guy.
I don't even want to talk about little bitches like you. I want to talk about.
I don't want to talk about little bitches like you. Yo, bro, what's your record, bro? What's your link? Drop your link, bro, in the chat. Let's see what's your record, bro? How many people you knock out, bro? Well, how many fights you got, bro? Come on, bro. This is what I'm talking about. You're a keyboard warrior. Your name is Fight Sport Talk. You keep talking about sports and stop talking about fighting. Keep talking about sports, please. Let's keep it on topic. You made it personal. I didn't start this. I had nothing bad to say about you. I squashed the beef. I de-escalated it earlier. This is all on record. Everybody knows this. I already tried multiple times to blow this under the rug. You wanted to amp it up, and now I'm in your face, and you want to play the victim. Don't do that. Let's go back to the topic. Let's talk about fighting. Don't try to. You're a better person than me. You're right. I don't care. There you go. I talk loud. I talk over people. I'm an ignorant monkey bastard. You're right. Let's go back to the fucking chat. You win.
Wow.
How about that?
I mean, this is heartbreaking to see, I gotta say, from someone here that's just trying to unite the MMA fan base, trying to get some love, like just seeing what this is turned to, bro. This reminded me of my own Thanksgiving dinner, bro. I mean, come on, bro.
Man. Come on, Fight Sport Talk. Let's talk about sports, man. Yeah. Let's not do this whole.
Well, look, I will say this. I get it. Look, and that's the problem with doing these things is it is a tricky format where, you know, sometimes people speak over each other. There's a lot of interruptions. You know, MMA will say, look, of course, we'll speak one person at a time. You know, so I could definitely see where Fight Sport's talking. You know, but I do understand. Look, I was shocked to see this comment from Fight Sport Talk himself. You know, this is a good guy of the channel. You know,
That's what I'm saying. You seem like a good guy, bro. Everybody likes you. They vouch for you, bro. I don't want any problems with you.
I've talked to both of you guys now, and I like both of you guys. I honestly feel like you guys start off on the wrong foot type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, come on.
No, but he cannot like me. That's okay. If he doesn't like me and he has a quarrel with me, that's fine. But listen, Fight Sport Talk, just so you know, bro, I have too many problems with too many other people. So you're good, bro. You're off my list. I don't have an issue with you.
Damn. I mean,
keep it cordial.
Never. So wait. By the way, now you got me curious because what is your record, by the way? Now that you're
me?
Yeah. Or
you guys gonna have to get to know me to get to know that.
Okay,
Check out the channel.
Okay,
I got some fights on my channel.
Okay, all right, but no, I'll definitely support. What the fuck? Let me see. I'll definitely take a look right now. But I bet. I mean, look. At the end of the day, respect. We got a whole fighter here right now. We had a photographer of a fighter before. He could have took pics of you, bro. The fuck. I'm on Fish Nerds' channel actually. Shout out Fish Nerds. I didn't know bro posted. But yeah, I mean, look, I understand. I hope that maybe y'all could, you know, squash the beef type shit, you know what I'm saying, and we can move on. But I wanted to actually ask you guys about what you guys were talking about. Oh, I'm not looking for problems. I just stated. Wait. Fight Sport Talk is. I'm confused. Is he here? Oh no, he's still in this thing.
Just responding to Fish Nerds.
Oh, okay.
I was just responding to Fish Nerds.
So Fishner says what's funny is Uwu tried to keep it friendly. Fight Sport Talk wants to smoke. I'm not looking for problems. I just started, and this is what Fight Sport Talk said. I'm not looking for problems. I just started. This guy doesn't stop talking. So that's what I'm saying. Fight Sport Talk definitely. Why
do we go back? Don't go backwards. We're good. We're good now.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are right. Well, I was confused by this chat. I thought, wait, Fight Sport Talk.
Bro, it's communication errors, bro. We're men, bro. All right. Ego battle. It's all good. He gets me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Fair enough.
I get you, Fight Sport Talk. I'll chill out, all right?
All right, fair enough. All good. We love this, you know, W communication. But I wanted to ask y'all. So back to my original question before, like, we got totally off the rails of the interrupting and the this and the that. Original
chicken and waffle.
And then we'll get to you, Johnny Monday. Don't worry, I remember you. I got you in my mind. I'm sorry, I didn't expect this to go
you're
how
good,
we've
buddy.
gone.
You're good. I'm enjoying it.
Is someone else here? Oh no, it's just you. Wait, what do you say?
I said, no, you're good. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, okay. I thought he said he was smoking a joint. I was like, bro, next week I'm about to smoke live too. What the fuck? If y'all are all smoking up on here, what the fuck?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yo, if you are, bro, we got to do a 420 stream, bro. We got to do a 420 stream or something like this. I'm with this.
Hey, I'm not saying that, Jack. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? It's where you do you live somewhere where it's against the law?
He can't disclose that.
You don't. Yeah,
I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing.
Okay. I was gonna say because there are one time I was somewhere, I think it was South Carolina, bro, and deadass. I was with my cousin and we were smoking, bro, and it was like, bro, you actually had to duck for the cops because, bro, this shit's illegal. They'll throw you in jail right then and there. So I'm like, oh shit, you know, but it is what it is, you know. I was there. It was a while ago. Maybe it's legal now. I would think it's legal in every state, but I don't even think it is. Crazy. But y'all were talking about. Was I correct in saying you MMA Uwu, right? You felt like, you know, Usman's probably gonna get the title shot. They're gearing up for it, and all systems are go, which I agreed with you with. Now I want to, because you kind of did already confirm you agreed with that. But for Fight Talk Sport, what was your position? Because that's kind of what I was confused about. Did you disagree with him? Was there a disagreement at all? Even were y'all on the same page?
They may go with Usman, but we don't know. We don't know if they'll go with Usman or not. And I know it's kind of a waste of time discussing who deserves what in the UFC because they only use that argument when it suits them. But they haven't gone with Usman yet, so I think it's worth saying who Usman should fight, and I think they should give the title shot to Morales. That was my point.
They're probably going to wait until Gary versus Bilal's done.
No, for sure. I mean, definitely.
Not that... I mean, Ian technically was guaranteed a title shot. And you know what's funny is, right, Fight Sports Talk, if he beats Bilal, I don't think he jumps Morales for the title shot. But I think they fight each other.
Who? Ian Gary and Morales?
Ian Gary and Morales. Because there's two men. It'd be one thing if Protez got like a weird-ass third round technical knockout, and Morales went to a stinky decision. If everybody's coming off of baller performances, if Ian Gary not only was promised a title shot, which was a long time ago, so who the fuck really cares? But if you know how Ian is, it's not like JDM. If you promise him a title shot and then a year later he wins, he's gonna go, I guess I'll just fight whoever's next. Ian, I just want to fight. Ian's gonna cry about it like a bitch. So he's gonna beg for his title shot. And he's not
I
gonna
think
get it.
Protez is the man. I think Protez is the man coming up. I think that his star power is going to carry him in. Well, no, see, that's my point. And Jack, I don't want to cut in line here, but my main point is that Protez and Morales sort of spoiled everything I hope to see in the division. Because I was thinking that Brady was going to beat Morales, and then Brady was going to beat Islam. I thought Jack was going to win. I expected Jack to have a lot better time than he did. I felt bad for Jack. But it shows how great Islam is.
I felt so bad for Jack, brother.
It's tough. And I like Islam, and I'm a big fan of AKA, and I've been a big fan of Habib and Javier Mendez and Rockhold and BC and all those guys going way back. So I'm not upset to see Islam do well, but I want to see someone challenge Islam. See, my issue now is that Islam is just this Terminator, and who's going to do anything against him? Because Protez is exciting on the feet, and he's got a lot of star power, and I think it's mainly star power. I'm not trying to take anything away from Protez's skill, but if he gets in there with Islam, in my opinion, he's just going to get mauled. I don't see him having any answers. Of course, he can catch Islam. He's a skilled striker, and we all know that skilled strikers can catch anybody, and anybody can get slept. But realistically, I think he probably just gets dragged down over and over. If he does get up, he'll just get dragged down again, beaten up for 5 rounds if he doesn't get finished.
He's not this, bro. I think JDM beats all those niggas. I think he beats Morales. I think he beats Protez, and I think he beats Gary. I'm sorry, JDM.
See, but what happens when whoever comes out on top of that pile? What happens when they face Islam? And I like Islam. It's just as a fan, I'm thinking we're just going to see Islam maul everybody now, because I want someone to stand up to Islam's ground game. I thought Brady was going to be the guy. I still think he can be. I'm a big Brady believer.
No, me too.
Brady is a great matchup for Islam, but Brady seems to have an issue with precise boxing. If
it's not even just precise. You know what it is, bro? He don't let it go. He doesn't let the combinations go. That's the only problem with Brady. He has all the fundamental skills. He has all the technicality. He's well-rounded. He's a triple threat. He doesn't let him go. Whether that goes to the takedown, unless he knows he has a physicality advantage over you, he's going to sit there and try to tit-for-tat box you. And you can't do that with a Morales, with a Protez, even like a fucking Leon Edwards. You can't do that. Like, I know he beat Leon in that fight. I know he beat Leon in that fight, but that's because I don't think Leon was taking that fucking fight serious. I think grappling hungry Leon goes in there and fucking walks over him. But I think he overlooked Brady. He said that in the build up to that fight. He didn't think Brady was shit.
No, I
don't think he beat Brady said that too. And fight talk. I don't want to cut you off. I know you want to say this, and I'll get out of your way here in just a moment. But Brady said that he felt that Leon was totally overlooking him. He said that based on their interactions leading up to the fight, he said, I knew I was going to beat him because Leon seems detached and sort of disrespectful and moping, and the way that Leon can be. I don't know if you guys are Leon fans.
No.
Leon moping.
We all know.
Big news to me. Fight Sport, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Leon's title reign is going to be forgotten because, people didn't. This wasn't always his fault, but in his run to the title, he didn't beat any fresh undefeated contenders or guys who were new. He got that partly due to circumstance, and then he thought he was better than everyone. But no, I don't think him looking past Sean Brady is a legit excuse. I think he got exposed on multiple levels, partly because he felt he was better than he was, but also because he got exposed as not being so good against grapplers. The best grappler he fought before Brady and Bilal was Dos Anjos, who was well past his best, and a lightweight.
What do you mean, Kamaru Usman, brother?
Usman didn't grapple with him in the second fight, and in the first fight he was beating him in the grappling. It was a head kick.
He's not a good grappler. Leon got that.
How much
Usman didn't just
because Usman,
he didn't just fight him and then just lose grappling skills. Leon just improved, and Brady is just elite at grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Usman was pretty much washed up in that second fight because it's confirmed.
That's such a bad take, bro. That's such a bad take. You can't call a guy who's 34 years old.
I like the Usman question. I'd like to hear this because the Usman question is very fascinating. How good is Usman? How good was Usman when he was in his prime versus?
Yeah, it's so hard to tell because even now there's so many unanswered questions.
The guys he was in.
But I don't think it's a bad take.
Wait. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Because there's context. Yeah, there's context. When I say Usman was washed up in the second fight, he had just been knocked out. He was in his late 30s, and we already knew going into that fight that he did have a fractured hand. So, yes, Leon was able to stop him in the second fight, but for all those circumstances, Usman was not in his prime in the second fight.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I agree.
What does that mean? Do you mean he wasn't at his peak? He's not out of his prime now. He's still.
He was on the decline. I think that's a fair way to say it. That he was on the decline.
Yeah.
He's not at his peak. He's declining right now, but he's still in his prime.
Hold on. You asked me what I meant about Leon being exposed.
You just said
by
Usman is washed though.
Yeah, I said in terms of being well past his best, he's still got plenty left, but in terms of competing with contenders. But
put this in perspective real quick. Hold on. This nigga Usman, when I became a fan of this sport, was still the Nigerian Nightmare. And albeit he was having these spectacular performances, but it was against Jorge, and it was against Leon, it was against Masvidal, and it was against Burns. And in hindsight, now that we are in big 2025, we understand that these were impressive wins. These were good wins. These were quality wins. But these guys turned out not to be the most dominant, pound for pound fighters of their division. And in the end, they just Colby turned out to be a great journeyman. Masvidal turned out to be a great fucking journeyman.
I don't want to cut him off, but I've got to check him. I don't want to cut him off, but Colby is elite. I want the Colby question.
I love Colby. He's an elite journeyman.
I've got some points about Colby before we move on.
I love Colby. He's a great personality.
Wait, hold up. I just want to give some of my thoughts real quick, just because y'all said a lot.
I think he's a great fighter. Jack, before we go on, if you don't mind, I want to answer the Colby question.
No, we're gonna get to the Colby question. I'm just gonna pause it just to recap because I feel like that's like a new topic. So just let me just give my thought real quick because I didn't say anything about Usman Wash, just that, and then we'll get to Colby because that's a totally separate thing. But with Colby, I mean with Usman, I don't think it's crazy, even to say if someone has the opinion Usman's washed, I wouldn't say he's washed just because I was really impressed how he beat Buckley, but I probably wouldn't feel great about the situation. And I do agree he probably was. I mean, I can understand, it's interesting. I feel like it's an interesting argument to make the MMA Uwu saying, oh, Usman wasn't out of his prime, because it's something that I would disagree with, absolutely, and I would be more inclined to agree with Fight and Johnny on that one. But it is a hard argument to make because it's like, yo, look what he's done after he did what he did with Hamza. And the third fight with Leon was close. Well, another thing is
really well.
Yeah, another thing too is I think I scored the third fight either a draw or it was either like 1 point above, but I remember it was like a pretty close fight, the third fight. So I don't know, it's tough to say, but I would probably agree more, that he's on the decline. I mean,
well, Jack,
I don't doubt that he's on the decline, but he's not.
Hold on.
That's such a watched is like you can't win anymore.
Yeah.
I
see.
I think He has a good argument to beat Morales and Prates.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. Fight. Say what you're gonna say quickly, and then I'm gonna move on to Colby. So say what you gotta say quick.
Yeah, I've been watching the sport since 2010 when guys would use the term wash for example, Chuck Liddell after he was knocked out by Rampage the second time and looked like garbage against Keith Jardine. He still went on to beat Vanderlei Silva in a fantastic fight where he showed his chin was still there. So when I say Usman was washed as in no longer championship level, but he's still contendership level because he is still an all-time great, and because of his size, he's always going to have an advantage over a lot of these guys to where he can compete with them. So when I say washed, I don't mean washed like BJ Penn washed. I'm talking about.
You don't mean skill. You mean like physicality and shit. Like old age wise.
Well, yes, but also Usman was never the most skilled fighter. He was a very good athlete who got through based on his size a lot of the time, and his striking did improve. But he was never like Volkanovski or Whitaker level skilled. So he can still compete with these guys like he did with Buckley. And I do think fights with him and Prates and him and the Bilal, Gary Winner and Morales, I do think they're interesting. But I
Shout
don't
out,
think
bro.
he's a champion again.
I agree. I agree that Usman is interesting against each of those guys. And my only point about Colby is that Colby's greatness proves Usman's greatness, in my opinion, and vice versa. Because without the other, each of them is not as impressive. Nothing that they did is as impressive. If Colby's not as good as we thought he was, then Usman's not as good as
Colby's
we wanted
great.
to be. Well, see, that's what I wanted to check you on. I thought you were going to say that Colby was overrated as a fighter.
Guys a tough fight right now. I don't think Colby gets knocked out by Morales in the first round. Yeah. I think he Colby eats some badass shots and dives for his fucking ankles, unlike Brady, and starts fucking clinch fucking him and gets him to the ground, and then we get to find out how good Morales is. I think Colby is a really good fighter who talks a lot of shit, and unfortunately, his recent performances haven't backed up the things he said. So the fans just forget that the nigga's a fucking killer. But the reality is this:
I agree.
Colby, he's a lighter. He's Kamaru Usman light. So if you that's it. He can wrestle. He can strike. He's durable. He's got 5 rounds of cardio. He can crack. If he hit, he can kick. He can mix it up on the feet. He's just a little bit past his prime, or probably more than Usman at this point.
Well, I agree. Well, he's way past his prime, and I'm a Colby appreciator. You know, I like the Colby of the old days, and when he was going at it with Usman, that was amazing.
Yeah, no, Fox.
Usman's not the same guy now, and Colby's not the same guy now. Colby, I think he's out, and we'll see if he even comes back and does anything worth talking about. But Usman's still a force. He's just that good. He's still strong, and we saw what he did to Buckley. But that was my only point about Colby, and I really thought Uwu was going to give more pushback on that because it seems from my perspective that it seems from my perspective that people want to downplay Colby and that they remember him getting embarrassed about getting embarrassed by Leon.
It's like the Strickland thing. It's like people go because he talks, he just be with Nina drama. He's annoying on social media. They act like he didn't dog walk Israel Adesanya, the same one that knocked
and
out
then recency bias with Strickland losing recently, and now Strickland's not good, and now
all of a sudden
Colby doesn't look good, and then Colby was never good. So that's all. That's the only point I wanted to make about Colby. But if anybody has anything for or against my opinion about Colby, I'd be interested to hear it. I think the Colby of the days when he was going against Usman was legitimately elite. I think he was the real thing. I think he was capable of beating anybody at 170. And I just totally disagree with the narrative that he was only in those fights because he talked trash and he was a character. I think he was a real martial artist when he was at his peak.
Yeah, I mean, look,
his biggest downfall was never competing at 155. I think he could have been 155 champ.
Let me say this about Colby because, yeah, I agree. Like, Colby hasn't really been talked about that often. Like, bro is really falling off because, like, he's not even in the conversation anymore. Like, we make this video, top whatever, welterweight matchups. It's not even a mention of because who gives a fuck? Colby's not going to do, Colby's not coming to fight anybody. He's completely fallen off in that regard. But when he fights, people talk like, about his past, and I think that's not fair. I don't remember who said this, but I think all y'all kind of unanimously agreed and said, he could probably beat Morales. I honestly wouldn't be so certain about that. I'm not saying that I think Morales would win. I'm not saying that I think even Prates would win, but I'm not going to sit here and say, I think he could. I honestly don't know. Colby has been so inactive, which is my number one thing. What's been going on behind the scenes? I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of concerns more about that and the time away and his age. Yeah, for real. Like for sure. Like I would have liked to see him fight Dustin. I know that Dustin wasn't really interested as much, but I would have liked to see him. Obviously, I mean, Dustin's not even the most of it. I mean, we're ignoring Hamzat. That was a fight talked about at one point that was super hyped.
We already knew that would have ended though. I'm so glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, but it was a fight.
I disagree. I think Colby would have beaten him at that time, and I strongly believe that. And if Uwu wants to debate that, I'd be up for it because that was when Hamzat was I'm just going to say this. I'll be the bad guy here. I don't have to hold back. You know, Jack has a channel here where we can speak our minds, and
Of course.
I hope I can be viewed objectively with this, and you guys don't just laugh me out of the room. I'll put it politely and say that I'm suspicious of Hamzat's recent cardio improvements under Sam Calavita. I'll just put it that way. I'm suspicious.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that Hamzat would fight Kamaru Usman at the same weight at which he fought DDP. He had a full camp, and Usman did not have a full camp. We all know that. Usman was on the decline, and then Hamzat struggled to match his cardio for 3 rounds. And then we see him
much better
throwing
DDP.
Well, we see him throw DDP around, who's a bigger man. It's just interesting to me for 5 rounds. Hamzat gets up, and Hamzat looks like he's ready to go another 2 or 3 rounds, and he's not even affected. And I just find it
I
interesting.
think Mo was right on the money on this one.
Oh, since you.
So, but I
since
don't-
you-
Yo, who the hell is here? Ellipsis?
I'm not even mad. I ain't even mad.
Shout out.
No, what's up?
Well,
What's up, bro?
Well, hey, I don't want to derail the conversation. I just wanted to.
Everybody's on
Well,
gear. Everybody's on gear right
Before
well, since
before
you
we
mentioned-
before we get off on this, I don't want to derail the whole thing. My only point was the Hamzat of back then I don't think was on anything special. I
Yeah.
think Colby would have beaten him.
Yeah, okay.
Hamzat back then when he was on the rise, I think Colby would have got him.
All right. Yeah, also, now that we got 5 people in, let's also take it slow here, okay? So you're just so I could, just so there isn't like any crosstalk and all this, because also I don't know how I mean, people are saying the audio is good, so that should be good. But what do you call it? About that, my opinion is I think evidence to say like, oh, he was throwing around DDP better than he was throwing around Usman. I know you're also saying the cardio as well, but to me, I honestly believe that like that Hamzat probably has like super serious health issues. I think honestly with him, I think it's health wise, and I wouldn't be shocked if really he just had a healthy training camp for the Drakus fight. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that was like his first healthy camp. I could be wrong, and I understand the suspicion. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm not making direct accusations.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You just got to say it's your opinion. You just got to say it's your
It's
opinion.
my opinion. That's all it is. It's my opinion.
$5. If he ever pops,
Well, since you-
$5 for sure.
Since you me.
I mean, for what is worth throwing out there, Habib originally used to struggle with obviously his cardio way earlier in his career. His file struggling to make weight. Then, I mean, kind of on medical issues, we saw with Zabit a similar thing. I mean, Zabit's fought had to retire. So it's not that uncommon for these like Hopkins type fighters to have these health issues, which we know Hamza was having.
Mhm.
On the wrestling side of it, the cardio side of it, I mean, Volk obviously resisted way more, against Islam than it seems like JDM did at all. And then, I mean, GSP had an easier time wrestling Bisping. They're, BJ Penn. I feel like consistently, it matters, obviously, if, the skill level is even remotely comparable. But when they're, like, grappling level dimensions apart, I think it's natural that one's going to be way easier to wrestle than another.
Well, my issue is the cardio.
Well,
What I noticed, and this is my only.
I don't think he ever had any cardio.
It's the cardio, and but here it's the Usman fight. But it's the Usman fight versus the DDP fight. He was struggling to take Usman down. He was.
Yeah,
I mean,
Usman
it's
is a world-class wrestler who
Well,
never
if
been
you follow-
taken out.
No, but hold on. When I say struggling, hold on. When I say struggling to take him down, I mean that he was getting stuffed and he didn't look impressive. He looked gassed.
No, he looked impressive.
And it was easy.
Yeah, who was on the money?
Guys,
Wait, hold up, guys. Hold up. Let's.
Look what Usman just did to Buckley. What are we talking about?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that if you look back at that fight, if you look at Hamzat versus Usman, in the first round, Hamzat mauls him. In the second round, it's obvious that Hamzat does not. Yes, he doesn't have the cardio in that fight.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have the cardio. That means he pushed
Wait, hold up.
He jumped 3 submissions.
Wait, hold up.
In that first round.
Wait, hold up. Let's let Monday. I want to hear Johnny Monday talk. Just everyone, let's give Johnny Monday. Say your piece, and then we'll let Uwe talk. Just
Sure.
give him a.
It's by the what I'm saying is by the third round, Hamzat was struggling at times, and it was noticeable at times that he was very tired, and Usman was sort of just shucking him off, and he got a takedown in the third, and I'm aware of that. But there were times when he was diving at Usman's legs, and Usman just sort of got out of the way. And if someone was looking at those segments, just isolated, they wouldn't even care who Hamzat is because he looked so tired and it just wasn't very impressive. And then we go to the DDP fight, and my point is he's just tossing this enormous guy around for 5 rounds like it's nothing, and he doesn't slow down. He doesn't look affected. I understand that DDP does not have the wrestling credentials of Usman, but it's the cardio that I'm noticing. And there's no difference between the divisions. It wasn't that one fight was at 170 and one fight was at 185. They're both at 185. And he's just tossing DDP around like it's nothing for 5 rounds. So I find it interesting. I'm not making a direct allegation.
It's something questionable. I get it. You're saying it's.
Can I explain?
Yeah.
Wait, let me.
Jack is about 5'2", and I feel like everyone should know that.
Yo, shout out to PZ, bro.
Let me just.
Yeah, PZ.
Before we go on, Jackie, I wanted to say my piece here.
Wait. Hold up. Didn't you just finish?
Else,
Wait, am I bugging? Didn't you just?
No, it's my last point is that it's Calavita. Calavita popped. I'm sorry. The guy who had the rivalry with
TJ. All right. So one guy. So
TJ.
Wait, hold up. Okay.
Well, that's my point. Is he popped under Calavita, and then Hamzat has this cardio. That's my point.
Okay.
All right. So this is what I'm talking about. All right. This. Let me just break.
And then after you, real quick. Wait, after you, I just want to say this. I'm gonna go to Ellipsis, and then I'll go to Fight Sport Talk because Ellipsis has been waiting a while, and I know Fight Sport Talk wanted to say something. So you say, and then I'm gonna go to them.
Copy that. Right. All right, I'm an Emmy, right? I'm an Emmy. I could just go pro right now. Probably I would get dusted by like national prospects and shit, but I would do all right. I'm a good fighter. I know some good fighters. Every single fighter I know, when they're on off season, they're all fucking on PEDs. Every single person I know niggas at Coventry fucking high school that are on PE fucking D's wrestling. So like, what people don't know, there's this misconception that there's like some guys that are doing steroids. No. These niggas are collegiate level, world-class, national level athletes. All of them are in the gym with niggas who compete in lower promotions that have lower standards for drugs, that have access to it. Like, people forget this. You're talking about Cam Salavito. We got TJ Dillashaw who popped with Cam Salavito. Cam Salavito trains with an entire roster of fighters. So 1 or 2 or 3, maybe even 4 people from that roster pop. That doesn't mean that everybody that trains with this guy is and that goes for any coach. That just goes for any instance. I want you guys to move forward from this stream. If you learn anything from me, most of these guys are using steroids. I do not doubt that Hamzat might be juicing. All of them are. That is how you recover. Like, I would use them if I could afford it.
Well, I think that speaks to my point more than it speaks to yours. If you're saying that everybody's juicing and that would make it more likely that
Hamzat isn't juicing, but I'm not saying the juice is
well,
why his cardio.
I want to say this.
Or why the performance is good.
Yeah.
That's a skill issue. DDP sucks at fucking defensive grappling and defensive wrestling. He just always has. I made a prediction video for that fight 3 months before the fight happened. I said Hamzat would brutally grape DDP, and people told me I was delusional. And I tried to tell people, brother, if Derek Brunson can have his way with you, if Darren Till can get on top of you and rain down fucking strikes, if Robert Whitaker can blast double leg you and outmaneuver you at all, bro, you're not going to stuff takedowns from Hamzat. Bro, Kamaru Usman, I know you like to fight. You said you've been watching this sport for a while. Brother, Kamaru was supposed to fight Jan Blachowicz at one point. They were talking about Jan, because remember when Izzy was the 185 champion and Kamaru and Izzy, 2 African kings, they don't want to step on each other's toes, and Kamaru said, fuck it, I don't care. I walk around at +2 something. Sometimes I can get up to that. So you know what? Maybe I'll
appreciated that. I remember that. I respected that.
Bro, Usman is a 205, 185 sized fighter naturally. This nigga is a world-class grappler, collegiate national champ.
Before you go on, I want to address this. It's not the skill level that I'm talking about. You could talk about a guy who's tossing around like a sandbag that's the size of DDP. If he tosses that around for 5 rounds and it has no skill, it's not resisting at all, and he can do it for 5 rounds and he looks fine afterward and he's smiling, and then I know that he struggled to do it for 3
against the guy who's never been taken down before. You know his takedown percentage going into that fight was 98.7.
Are you saying I've never been taken down?
By Leon Edwards in a
hold on. I couldn't understand. Are you saying I've never been taken down? Like I'm not a fighter?
No. I'm saying Usman. I'm saying Usman had never been. He'd only been. Colby.
No, I understand. I'm not.
to get a single on him.
No,
and
I'm not
Leon
taking
was
that
the
away
guy who got the
from
trip on him. Other than that, he'd never been on his back before, ever.
Yo, that would have been.
One of the
I'm
most
not taking that away
things
from Hamzat.
I've ever seen.
I'm not trying to diminish Hamzat's wrestling skill.
No, it's not even that. It's not about Hamzat's wrestling. It's about
he could go that
Kamaru's
long
wrestling.
for 5 rounds.
You're diminishing Kamaru's wrestling. Stop doing that. There's a reason he gave Kobe so. Kobe is an amazing wrestler, bro.
Wait, listen.
Kobe's an amazing wrestler.
I'm confused. Wait, I want to say real quick because I wanted to say about the beginning of what you were saying about the juicing, and then I want to just clarify one thing, and then I want to move to ellipse real quick, or actually, well, this clarification might go back and forth, but I want to say I've said for a long time, either I believe like. I mean, not really that nobody's juicing, but I think that it's a very fair likelihood that everybody is on something. I mean, it's
Why
just.
Why do you think nobody gives any other fighter who pops shit? Why do you think no fighter give anybody shit?
Well, I think it's. Wait, hold up. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say that. But I wanted to ask real quick. What is this disagreement? What did Johnny? I'm asking actually Johnny this. Johnny, what did you say that he's saying? Well, you're saying you didn't say anything to discredit Kamaru's wrestling, right? You're saying.
No, I take nothing away.
So wait, what did he say to discredit it? Ooh.
Well, he's going. This is an example I have for you after this, but he's going. All right, he ragdolled DDP, however you want. A guy who's been ragdolled by shitheads before.
You mean Usman?
Right. No, I'm talking of DDP, bro. Bro. Usman is a great defensive wrestler and grappler. That's why he'd never been taken down before. I don't know, like Johnny Monday. All right. Do you wrestle?
Yes.
Do you wrestle, bro? Do you have any wrestling?
Yes. I've trained for over a decade.
Yes or no? Have you ever done it? You've ever rolled before? All right. So you.
Yes, I have.
If I roll with you versus you with no rolling, I'm going to be able to throw the version of you who can't roll around for an hour straight. But if I roll with you,
DDP is a professional fighter who trains every day.
No, but it doesn't matter. You hear what I'm
I understand the point, but DDP's not a day one guy.
DDP sucks at grappling, bro. I said he got ragdolled in that fight.
Okay. I want to hear what Fight has to say, but
he sucks. His defensive wrestling sucks. I said this in my prediction video. He's gonna get taken down easily, and
he's a great athlete, bro. He's a great athlete. It
doesn't matter about being a great athlete. Being a great athlete doesn't give you.
No, it does matter.
Wait, hold up. Let Johnny finish real quick. I want to hear what he say.
DDP's an amazing athlete. I think that we can all agree. He's a tank.
Wait, hold up. Let him finish.
He's a tank. He's as strong as he is, and he's explosive, and he's fast, and we all know. I don't know if you guys have seen the footage of him. But it's the footage of him doing backflips and all this stuff. You see DDP in his workouts, and he's like an NFL type athlete.
The fights,
and so
what happened?
No, I understand. But you're making a comparison of someone who has never trained against a jiu-jitsu guy. Of course, they're gonna get.
Wait, hold up. Wait, MMA. Ooh, wait, hold up. Wait, hold up, guys. Wait, both. All right, I'm about to mute. Hold up, I'm about to mute both of y'all. Guys, hold up. I'm gonna mute both of y'all in a second because I gotta speak real quick. I can't understand you guys when you guys are going back and forth, so no one else can. So hold up. Ooh, just let him go. Say his piece. You keep y'all in mind. Y'all keep each other in mind. Yeah. No, I get it. Look, I don't blame anyone here. I'm just saying.
It's all love.
Yeah. You know, I know. It's all love.
I'm not upset at all. I want us to have a good show. So
yeah.
I hear you, Jack.
Yeah. So you say, and then wait, hold up. Let Johnny go. Because we're already behind, and I promise you're gonna get your piece. Let Johnny, you say one more thing, and then please keep it on this topic. Don't move to any other topic, any of y'all, please, because I'm gonna have to go back and forth. So you just say your piece. I'm gonna let Uwu say his piece. I'm gonna go to Eclipse. I'm gonna go to Fight. Okay.
Okay. I don't think Uwu's comparison to someone who is not trained versus someone who has trained and how they would get taken down and rolled. Obviously that's the case. But DDP is not a guy who hasn't trained, and it's not reasonable to say that Hamzat is so much better than him at wrestling and grappling that it explains everything that happened. DDP's a great athlete. He is, but DDP's a great athlete. So
great athlete. He's amazing.
Wait, hold up. Let me finish.
To put it concisely, I think you're trying to just pass off what Hamzat did to DDP as saying, well, DDP is so bad at grappling that's what happened. I'm saying that DDP is not that bad at grappling. DDP is not a horrible grappler.
Who else subbed Izzy? Only DDP. Only DDP. He's great at grappling, bro. Hamza and Kamaru are on a different level. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, see, I'm not claiming they're the same. I just don't think it can be explained away. And I'm not making direct accusations.
Yeah.
I'm saying that DDP is an enormous, strong,
I think all those niggas are
fast athlete.
I think Kamaru, DDP,
Hamzat tossed him around like it was nothing. I wouldn't have a problem with it if we had seen Hamzat look the same. That's my whole point. Is Hamzat does not look the same.
Well, I just think I think that okay. I understand the questioning aspect of it. I understand it. I don't think just based on that. I mean, look, I understand where you're coming from, but I kind of am more leaning towards the fact I really do think maybe Hamza just had a good training camp. There's always a possibility he was injured, training against Usman. So to compare the two, that was also his first fight up at 185. He could have just been getting used to the weight. There's a lot of different things. What the fuck? Yo, Fight Talk Sport.
I could be totally wrong. I'm just, calling it as I see it.
Yo, we're about to reignite the Fight Talk. Yeah, wait. Is it about the topic or?
Yeah, the only thing I was going to say about steroids is if you follow this sport for more than 4 or 5 years, which is how long it took me, you realize more and more that it's likely they're all using it, or at least most fighters. But my issue when it comes to steroids is simps like Joe Rogan ignoring the most obvious cheaters like John Jones, because John Jones is one of the most obvious cheaters. Now, if the argument is most of them are using, then I get it, but if you're going to use that as an excuse to not call out his blatant and just disgraceful cheating, which has been going on for years, then we're being kindergarteners. So
Can I be real? In the gym, bro.
Wait, hold up. Let Fight. Wait. Let Fight finish. Wait, let him finish the sentence. What are you saying, Fight?
So there's reasons to call out most fighters.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people use the excuse and say, well, they're all using it, so we should just let them all use. But when you've got guys who probably aren't using, and then people like John Jones who use but still are able to escape scrutiny thanks to people like Joe Rogan being simps, that's what's annoying about it.
Mm-hmm. No, okay, yeah, I get it. Like normalizing it in a way.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get to Ellipsis real quick because I want to ask Ellipsis because Ellipsis has been very patient. So, Ellipsis, what's up? You joined the chat. I assumed you didn't want to talk about steroids when you joined, but a lot has happened since you joined.
It's cool. Yeah, I like talking MMA in general. I mean,
yeah.
I think, so MMA brought up a good example, but I feel like Johnny didn't see why he brought up what he brought up. So 2 things. One, when you're saying that it's mostly explainable through something like PEDs, not particularly. The example he gave was already good, but we have other fight examples in general as well. So we have Islam and JDM recently versus Islam versus Volk, and then we had BJ Penn versus GSP compared to GSP versus Bisping. That's the case of someone actually smaller than the other person doing significantly better versus Hamza and Usman, who are comparable sizes. The thing that's mostly being brought up is like the concept of wasted energy. You're saying that you don't see why it would be able to be explained through technique, but you got to remember, in order for you to be a talented grappler, at least relative to another person, you have to understand defensively how to make them waste energy. You have to understand strong positions and create leverage strength versus their lack of leverage strength. If you're forcing them to work for positions that require more energy versus someone who doesn't know how to grapple or someone who is a lesser grappler is capable of doing, they're going to waste energy. So when we're talking about work.
I agree with you.
Doesn't have to have his, well, hold on real quick. He doesn't have to have his work rate affected nearly as much against Usman, or rather nearly as much against DDP versus someone like Usman, because Usman is actually requiring further work rate because he has a million positions he can refer to that will make it harder to work in any efficacious way. So that's basically the big thing that's happening. He has a better understanding of position and leverage, and that makes it way harder for someone like Hamza to do anything. DDP doesn't have that same. He's probably physically stronger. I don't even know about that, but assuming he's even physically stronger, doesn't really matter.
Wait, hold up. Let Ellipsis. I want to have a. Yeah. What are you saying, Johnny? I was.
You guys think that? I'm sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
No. You go. I was about to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or were you done? Wait, time out. Wait, I'm sorry. Were you done Ellipsis, or that was basically done, right? Or what?
Yeah, I was going to say one more thing. Like, I think the fundamental idea is, when DDP is not hand fighting, when he's not sure what to do to get out of crucifix, he has no clue. Obviously, Hamza is someone who's trained those positions a million times, probably against more confident grapplers every day. will have an easy time there because he's probably used to infinitely more resistance. People who actually have an idea of how to get up, people have an idea how to counter, etc. The same thing in boxing, bro. If you're just hitting elbow and arm over and over on blocks, that's going to be way more tiring than actually hitting somebody on body or hitting somebody on skull. That's way more easy when you actually make contact. So it's just wasted energy. That's the principal concept.
No, I agree with all of these points, but I don't think that they apply to DDP as strongly as you and Uwu do. Because you two guys, respectfully, I think are treating DDP as if he's like a football player who's trained MMA for a little while, or like a Marine Corps guy who's trained for a little while and he's going to get in there with Sean Strickland on a video and see how he does. We're talking about a professional fighter who's been grappling. He did those jiu-jitsu tournaments where he submitted that whole jiu-jitsu team, and we all saw that. So I just don't buy that DDP's so bad that
he's great. He's great, bro. He's great. It wasn't enough.
See, which one is it?
No, it doesn't matter if he's bad, bro. Just because you're good at something.
Is he a great grappler or is he a terrible grappler? Because you said that he's so bad that it makes perfect sense.
Wait, hold up. So, Johnny, you were saying, what were you saying? That just because you're great, what? Well, no, that was what Uwu was saying. But you're saying,
Uwu was saying
pick one. You were saying pick one, right?
Pick one, yeah. Is DDP a terrible
I want to know.
Is he a great grappler?
I want to know Uwu's response.
Matter. He's not a better wrestler.
You said he was terrible.
Kamaru Usman, bro.
But wait, hold up.
Clearly, look at the fight. Watch the fights. The fights happen.
No, I didn't say he was, but I'm saying he's not so bad. You're okay.
JDM trains with Craig Jones and trained with Volk. Look what happened. He's a great grappler. He's a great defensive grappler. He's one of the best scramblers.
Look at the team.
It did not matter.
Wait, hold up.
Okay, DDP's team is a serious
operation. They're amazing. They got him to a title.
Okay, you want it both ways. Uwu wants it both ways. His first DDP is terrible.
Wait, hold up. Wait, Uwu, I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear it. Wait, I want to hear why he thinks you have it both ways. Why?
No, it's at one point DDP is terrible and it makes perfect sense.
All right, I'm about to.
You did.
All right, hold up. All right.
Those can both exist at the same time.
I want to hear Johnny. Let me hear Johnny first, because I want to hear why. I want to hear him explain to me why he's saying basically why you're basically going back and forth, and then you can respond to him saying. Yeah, I want to hear what
I'm not disagreeing with him. DDP's a great
He's
fighter.
saying, but he is trying to say, and that's what I'm trying to understand. He's trying to say that not necessarily you're disagreeing, but you're going back and forth. That one moment you're criticizing DDP heavily, but I just want to know. I don't know. I don't honestly. I'm trying to understand like why he's saying that. Because why? Okay, well, why did you say he was going back and forth?
Let's just talk, man.
Well, he's going back and forth because he said that DDP is so untrained and basically ignorant. You said that.
When?
You said that like 10 minutes ago. You said that within the last.
Wait, hold up. Yo, wait. All right. Yo, MMA Uwu. Look, I want to do it with you. If you keep interrupting, I'm gonna mute you next time you interrupt. No, that's fine. You're gonna no. I'm gonna give you your chance to respond. I'm gonna give you your chance to respond to all of this. I'm not gonna leave you in the dust. Just let him speak, because I don't even know. I don't know who's right in this. He could be right for all I know, or you could be right. You might respond, and I'm gonna be like, oh, you're right. So give a second. You're gonna get your response.
It was probably 10 minutes ago that you said that DDP was so far behind Hamzat in training and positional awareness and wrestling pedigree and the ability to understand all of these things. And then you want to say that he's a great grappler and he's amazing 10 minutes later.
Mm-hmm. So what do you want to say?
Well, that's my point is that DDP's not a terrible grappler. He's a great athlete.
Oh, no.
I'm not saying that he's an equal wrestler to Hamzat or Usman, but he's not a terrible grappler.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when I say that, you want to say, well, you never said he was terrible, but you did. You said that he's so ignorant on the ground. He's such a baby in terms of his training and his knowledge. And you said it just makes perfect sense for Hamzat to have destroyed him. Well, which is it?
Yeah.
In comparison, yeah.
Which is it? You say that he's... Yes, go ahead.
All right. So DDP, in my opinion, because I know I'm a Hamzat Glazer, right? And this is what's tough. I like DDP. I remember the DDP fight with Darren Till. I was a Darren Till fan. And I'm the type of guy, when you beat somebody that I'm a big fan of, I have to respect you. So a long time ago, because Darren Till yaps a lot. I like talkers and shit. I like Conor and shit. I like Kobe, right? So when he beat him, I started following him, and I watched DDP just tumble his way to a title fight, and then go in there and go tit for tat with fucking Izzy, and then fucking mop his ass. I love DDP. I love Strickland. I love these guys, right? We're not about to sit here. And I know it sounds like I'm discrediting DDP. DDP is an amazing grappler. I've never seen anybody successfully get fucking Izzy to the ground, take his back, and do anything but hold him there. And he always gets up, except for with DDP. DDP's elite. And Khamzat Chimaev is galaxy class. He's a galaxy class grappler. And Kamaru Usman is the Nigerian nightmare for a reason. Now, I don't remember his entire reign. I don't remember his come up, but I remember when he was on the top, and I remember what he was real good at. Every single time he got overwhelmed on the feet, he just took everybody down at will. And if he couldn't take you down, he would pinch you up against the cage and drag you down. You couldn't do shit. He would just drown you with pressure. That's the level of grappler Kamaru Usman is. He's a career wrestler before UFC and after and in the UFC. It's not like Justin Gaethje, who was a career wrestler who went to combat sports and started striking. No, Kamaru Usman stuck to his trade and stayed a wrestler his entire career and learned how to box within the last decade, which is beautiful. He's been able to put on spectacular performances with these guys and give us fireworks. He's a wrestler to the T. Nobody has been able to beat him at his craft, at his trade, ever besides Khamzat Chimaev, and Khamzat barely was able to do that. Like, I'm a Khamzat fan. I was watching that fight nervous as shit because I knew that Khamzat.
No, I remember being disappointed. I remember being disappointed.
Why are you disappointed?
He looked exhausted and he struggled.
What do you mean disappointed?
Because he looked exhausted and he looked exhausted and he struggled.
Wait, hold up. Yeah.
Now let me finish.
Well, look, I don't want to. Go ahead.
Let me finish. But hear me out. This is another problem. That's such a critical analysis. Are you disappointed in Jack Della Maddalena? Are you disappointed in DDP?
Yes.
Are you disappointed in Usman? So were you disappointed in Usman in the fight with Khamzat? So you weren't pleased with either one of their.
No, I was impressed by Usman. I was impressed by Usman against Khamzat. I was not impressed by Khamzat against Usman.
Everyone dismissing both of these guys. I think DDP's an amazing fighter. I think his effort that he put in it, bro. Who else has sat in that position besides Kamaru Usman and not died besides DDP?
Look,
Nobody.
I
give him the credit. That nigga's elite. Every single time Khamzat tried to get a submission, DDP knew exactly what to do to get out of that position. Every single time.
So you're saying that DDP's not horrible, but Khamzat's so much better. He's galaxy. You said galaxy level. You said he's so much better, like galaxy level better.
All right, what happened? All right,
okay.
No, Johnny Monday. What happened?
I understand the point. I understand the point.
No, I think he agrees.
Deficit in skill. It's not a theory.
No, he agrees. Wait, he agrees. He agrees.
I think to a degree, I agree. Basically, I think that to a degree, you wanted to have it both ways in this debate, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, hold up. Wait, can I say? Wait, I want to get my thoughts on the two ways. Wait, time out.
He's a good fighter.
Wait. Ooh, I want to say. I'm gonna defend you here because I see. I see. What do you call it? Like, I think maybe you're using some hyperbole here when you were like talking about the level gaps, because obviously you're debating your side.
Exactly. So
you use, which I don't think is necessarily wrong. I get what you were saying. Like, you made yourself clear when you're saying, look, DDP ain't bad. You just obviously they're different levels, and I think it's fair to say that there is a large definitely skill gap in wrestling and grappling between DDP and Khamzat right now, just because, like we saw 5 rounds of it. So I absolutely agree with you there. I 1,000% agree.
I'm not sure there is, Jack. I'm gonna counter that before we're done. I think that, and I don't want to take over the whole.
Why didn't DDP win? Why didn't DDP
to his feet? No, I want to hear Johnny. I want to hear him say it.
Yeah, John and Jack. Let's move on when you decide. I don't want to.
No. I was curious. I was thinking. I was curious. I wanted to know. So.
Yeah, see, I don't buy it. I don't buy that Khamzat is that much better of a grappler and wrestler than DDP in terms of skill.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can get mad at me about that. I'm not saying they're equal. I'm not saying they're even at the same level. But I don't buy that Khamzat is so much more knowledgeable and skilled that explains what we saw. I just don't buy that. I don't think what I'm saying is biased, and I'll be honest and say that I don't like Hamzat. And for anyone listening, they might say, "Oh, here, that explains what Johnny's saying. He doesn't like Hamzat, so this is just a big biased thing." But I look at the Usman performance at the same weight class, and Hamzat was exhausted, and he was struggling to keep up with Usman on the feet when Usman didn't have a camp. And this is not even the Usman that went to war with Colby. This is Usman on the decline. And he was, he had trouble with his knees, and he goes in there without a camp, and he almost beats Hamzat over 3 rounds. And Hamzat was having his takedown stuffed, and he looked bad at times. He just didn't look very good at times because he was so tired. And then, but then he exactly. But he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been competitive
because it was short notice. And upper weight class.
Here's the thing. If
world champion, he's a pound for pound.
Wait, time out. Wait. I want to actually time out because I want to respond to because both of y'all are saying things I agree and disagree with. First of all, I mean, I agree with Johnny Monday. First of all, the Kamaru performance, you could say it's not a testament to who he is as a fighter, but yeah, it was not a good performance just because, dude, the guy Usman was coming up a weight class on 10 days notice against like coming off of losses, by the way. I mean, literally, that he should have on paper done more and not even done more. There's arguments that, I mean, you could make an argument and a lot of people agree Kamaru won more rounds there. Whether it's a draw or not with the 10-8 in the beginning is a different story. But a lot of people even have more rounds for Usman. It was definitely not a good performance. But also it was competitive, but it shouldn't have been. But it shouldn't have been competitive. Yeah, that speaks to how good Usman is, but it doesn't speak to how good Hamzat is. But what I also want to say about Johnny Monday is I feel like Johnny, you're putting. But on the same token, I feel like you're putting a lot of stock into that. Where I agree, I was also shitting on Hamzat forever. But I got to be honest, there's more evidence right now to say that Hamzat is a better grappler than, that he's, I don't know, that there's something else going on. Just because, like, I feel like, first of all, like I said, you never know what's going on at camp. We know that Hamzat's had so many health issues. I'm not a huge Hamzat fan either myself, but I don't know. I won't say, I think for sure it's possible. He just got better. He could have settled in the weight class, too.
Well, what I expected in the fight was Hamzat to maul him in the first round for sure. I figured he would get him down quickly because Hamzat is so strong, and he's a great wrestler. I'm not diminishing his skills. I understand that he has an amazing...
That's so fucked up. Imagine being a fighter, and then you go out there and win, and people are dogging you because you don't win the way that they fantasize you about.
This is classic Hamzat.
Well, no. Wait, hold up. I want to.
This is classic Hamzat fan stuff.
Barely scrapes by. You don't say that to me. Like, I know you don't. Nobody.
But it's
when your favorite fighter has a fight like that, you don't do that. You're not hypercritical.
No, it's what
it's the guy you don't like. Of course, you're gonna say that. Of course.
No, I don't like it. But see that you're trying to.
But wait, no. Time out.
Well, see.
What about Colby?
Jack, I want to say this.
Okay.
See, this is what I'm saying is that
Wait, hold up.
I openly admitted that I don't like Hamzat to be transparent about it because I'm saying that I don't think I'm being biased.
You're biased.
I don't think I'm being biased. But I'm not. I don't like him, and I'm admitting that I don't like him. I don't hate him. I'm not. It's not an obsession. I just don't like him as a guy. I don't like him as a guy. I think he's obnoxious. I think he's overrated.
Wait,
hold up.
Do you say that they're lackluster stuff?
Wait, hold up. Wait. Time out.
To be a star, so unless he has a great, outstanding performance, bro, he has 6 knockouts and 6 submissions and 3 decisions. You're talking about a career finisher.
Wait, time out. Wait. I just want to get on the same page. Just to clarify, I don't think you're not saying Hamzat's necessarily lackluster. There's a different story between saying someone's lackluster because of a performance, or I guess actually, Johnny, are you saying that? Because I guess you are kind of basing Hamzat's whole career on that fight.
If my view that Hamzat is lackluster is that he's lackluster compared to what he says about himself and what his team, his coaches have said about him, and what guys like Ubu say about him.
He's the champ, bro. He chokes out everybody.
I just
everybody slams him on the head.
Well, I want it to be clear.
Wait, hold up.
What Hamzat did to DDP showed that he is as good and as dominant and as dangerous as everybody always claimed. My point is that I don't think that it's natural. because he didn't look like that up until that point. I'm not making
Bro.
direct accusations. I don't have any evidence.
No,
I'm
yeah,
not,
he did against other bro. That's just false. No, in fact, he looked better in other fights than he did against the DDP.
I don't agree. I don't agree. It's the cardio. Well,
DDP gave him one of the
please.
toughest fights of his career.
No. Well, no. I'm interested. I want to hear ellipsis because when you look back at Hamzat's past performances when he was on the rise, yes, he was taking guys down and beating them up, but he didn't have the pace that he had with DDP. With DDP,
he finished them.
It was ridiculous.
He
was just over and over it, but it was just a constant pace. He didn't slow down at all.
Did you watch him on the
Yes,
original team?
I'm familiar. Yes, I'm familiar with all of Hamzat's fights. I've watched all of his fights.
He did great. He always pushed the pace.
But he has never had that type of cardio.
So
he's never had
he's
that
more
type of
improving.
cardio.
He's hit his prime. He's hit his stride. He's a championship.
Look, if you believe that, that's your opinion. That's your
my opinion. That's
Wait, no, I wanted to ask Fight about something. And Fight just left. I was actually just gonna go to him. And bro just left. But hold up, guys. I also wanted to wait. I just want to say this, by the way, because there's so many crosstalk and so many people are putting in the chat that there's all this crosstalk. So I'm gonna start muting y'all. If there's, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna mute if there's interruptions. We're going one at a time here. Just because now even the chat's like, all right, come on, they're begging me to mute people. Yo, Fight Sport, I gotta ask you because you were putting stuff in the chat. I wanted to ask you about, I'm like, about, but I agree with you about some of the stuff you're saying about like, yo, we need to stop interrupting each other. I mean, obviously you blame Uwu more than anything else, but yo, Fish Nerd's here, bro. What's up, bro? Fish Nerd should be the moderator at this point, bro. Wait, what the fuck? Why did Uwu leave? Why did Uwu leave?
Jack, you said you wanted to ask me something?
Yeah, because you were in the chat saying, what do you call it? About him and shit like that. You were like, I was going to ask you, like, oh, I just thought it was funny you were putting in the chat. But also I was just going to ask you about your thoughts on the topic. But now I'm just thrown off now. Ooh, left. What the fuck? What do you think?
Well, I can say, look, I don't have anything against the guy. I don't know him. But people who talk constantly don't know when to stop talking. They just interrupt you constantly. They'll then call you sensitive if you tell them this. So it is what it is. I mean, the guy's again, he's a stoner, so I get it, but I'm allowed to have that opinion. So, but again, I don't hate the guy. I'm just pointing out facts.
I get it. And it was, look, Uwu, I love Uwu as well, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't want you to turn on me now as well, but with Uwu, look, I love Uwu as well, but the interruptions were getting much. But look, Uwu's welcome back. We'll just gotta mute. I'm gonna definitely start muting the mics because this is what I feared from the get go. I didn't want no crosstalk and shit like that, but it's finally happened on here.
Jack, to answer your question, I think it just comes down to really styles make fights because Usman, first guy to take him down was Covington in the rematch, and that was just for a split second, and then Leon got a proper takedown where he held him down in the second fight, but after that he didn't have any more takedowns. So I think style wise, Usman, because he's huge, because he's very thick, because he's got muscles on top of muscles, thanks to HGH, he's a difficult guy to hold down. So that's probably why Chimaev had a real difficulty there. And also, Usman has been training in wrestling for God knows how long, whereas DDP not so much. So I think it just comes down to styles, really, because Gilbert Burns doesn't have, like, Jose Aldo takedown defense, but he was stopping a lot of Chimaev's takedowns, mostly because he's a short guy, wide base, and people often overlook this. The shorter you are, the more difficult it is to get a deep single leg or a double leg. So it just came down to styles, really. And Usman, well, also down to, again, is Chimaev juicing or not? I think there's more suspicions around him because of circumstances. But I'll just say this again. One of the things that's really pissed me off, or used to it now, I just accept it as what it is people like Joe Rogan, again, simping for John Jones, acting like this guy is somehow clean when he's the most blatant cheater right up there with Vitor and Overeem. And he made up a story that Jose Aldo was using back in the day. And maybe Aldo did, but when you go out of your way to defend known cheaters, to paint guys who have never tested positive as cheaters, and also, yes, Jose Aldo has maintained his speed over over his late 30s, which is unusual, but so did Demetrius Johnson. And Johnson was also fighting guys who were much bigger than him in ONE FC. Adrian Moraes was like a featherweight next to him. So, sometimes styles make fights, and there's reasons to question a lot of the fighters, but the ones you need to question the most are the ones who actually fail tests. And people like Joe Rogan don't.
That is and I
go ahead, Jack.
Sorry. And I know it's your point directly, but I just wanted to say no. Like, I think first of all, the thing you said about style makes fights is a perfect answer for literally this whole debate. Like, I feel like it was so much concentration on Usman and this fight means this and this. It's like, yeah, you're right. Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, one thing could be in this fight, another thing could be in this fight. We can't look too because of X equals Z. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised to see if Hamzat's on steroids. To be honest, like, I would not be surprised if, like I said, most of the fighters were on something or whatever. You know what I mean? It's Uwe was actually saying this himself when he was here about him knowing people or whatever that were doing shit. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like underground drug that's not even being tested for. I don't really know, honestly, how to test and shit like that. I actually have a friend that he knows a lot more about that shit, and I'll talk to him about that kind of stuff. And we'll go back and forth. But but I don't really know exactly like how they test and the science behind it, I'm trying to say, but of like, how they determine even there's this fucking, you did take a steroid or something like this. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some underground shit you can't even detect. There's this, there's that, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna give Johnny Monday because he was talking, but I'm gonna wrap up the stream in a little bit, so I want to give all y'all like one final piece and shit. So let's start with Johnny Monday, and then I also want to talk to Fish Nerds next because I'm curious to see his thoughts. And then I also want to get to Ellipsis, and then we'll fight at the end because we're going a little circle.
Okay, I want to make it clear that I don't have a bias against Hamzat to the point that I would want to invent ways to criticize him. If he's not on anything, that's fine, and I'm not making any direct accusations. I find it suspicious, but to fight sports point, there are a lot of guys who are suspicious, and I want to make it clear that I'm against all cheating. Mm-hmm. I don't like any type of unfair advantage, and one of my favorite fighters right at the top is Brock Lesnar, and I have to, on principle, admit that he got popped.
Yeah.
So it's just the case that he did, and that's a whole separate issue with how much that affected him and helped him. But I'm not one of these guys who criticizes people who I don't like and then makes excuses for fighters who I do like. So I'm just calling it as I see it with Hamzat. And regardless, to end on the Hamzat point, whatever he's on or not on, he's doing what he's doing now, which is mauling and destroying. So it is what it is. If he pops, he pops. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But what he did to DDP shows that he is now as dangerous as everyone always acted like he was. Yeah. I was never impressed with him until he did what he did to DDP.
Me too. I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of questions, but and I'll let you finish real quick. Sorry, I thought you were done talking. There was like a little gap, but I said, wait, I just wanted to, just because it's a little quick thing. I was gonna say I feel similar, but I really felt like Hamza. I was impressed with that, but I was also really impressed with that Whitaker one, and I'm kind of, that's kind of where I disagree with you on, is when you say this. Like, I feel like the Whitaker fight, to me, I was like, wow, like shit. Like,
I have quick pushback. Mm-hmm. Quick pushback. The jaw being damaged before the fight is a huge asterisk, in my opinion, next to that.
But it's not even about, but you're saying because he tapped because of that?
Because he took Whitaker down, and we all knew that he would take Whitaker down. But then Whitaker tapped because he was squeezing. Well, I expected that he would take him down, but I expected that Whitaker would survive.
Me too.
Whitaker would get back to his feet and win. Mm-hmm. But my point is that jaw injury, the teeth were already damaged, and it was a situation that Whitaker's coach, his team, and his dentist, his doctor, and his medical team had told him, you've got to get this fixed. You can't go in and fight these guys with your teeth damaged and your jaw compromised. So it's Rob's fault, and it's not an excuse that's valid to say that he should have won or something. It's totally his fault. But are we supposed to ignore that and say that that's not the reason that he panic tapped? Mm-hmm. His jaw broke and his teeth broke. So my only point is that I was never impressed with Hamzat's cardio. Yes, he's a great wrestler. He's strong, and he's very strong. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I never thought of it like that. About
he's
the
an amazing
Whitaker.
athlete. But here's to end on the Hamzat point. I always thought, as soon as someone can stand up to Hamzat and make him go into deep water, he's not going to have the cardio.
Yeah.
And that was the case until here recently. And then it's obvious, all of a sudden we have Sam Calavita, who, and Uwu wanted to diminish this point, but I think it's relevant that Sam Calavita was, and again, I'm not trying to make any allegations. It's my opinion.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
My opinion.
Well, you know, they say with
Calavita was in charge. Go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just gonna say with defamation, they say it's fucking really tough to prove. Because come on, we know you're
Okay,
not. You're not purposely
saying,
trying to defame anybody. Just giving your opinion on the little show.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's okay to say, look, I think so and so's using.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Things are pretty wild these days, boys. Things are pretty wild out there. People can get you into some issues based on a word.
It's just that you seem very hesitant to say that. But again,
right.
I'm hesitant. Wait, I just want to say the reason why I'm hesitant with it only is because I feel like, as someone with like a platform, like, you know, I don't want to like be wrong, you know, and like send even if it's one person, even if it's like one person to send to be like, oh yeah, you fucking did it, and they didn't even fucking do it. But
gentlemen, we live in a country where people have sued people for spilling coffee on themselves, and it was too hot when they ordered it hot.
Come on, bro. I actually agree with it. Come on, this girl. Come on, the fucking the coffee was. Yeah.
I'm just saying it.
They were pretty. It was pretty hot coffee, bro.
Things can get pretty strange. That's my point. So I'm
just saying. All the lawsuit. I still think it's a great case for them.
Okay, wait, hold up, guys. I'm gonna take a pin because we talked about Hamzat a lot. Let me go to Fish Nerds real quick. Just give me a quick thought, and then I'm gonna go to Eclipse, and then I'm gonna go to Fight Nerds for quick final thoughts. And Fish Nerds, you can make. I'm gonna give you all like a little prompt, so y'all just sort of not like on the spot, but like, you can give your final thoughts on the convo overall. You know, just be like, this. You know, you can give your final thoughts and all this. Let's hear it. Fish Nerds, I'll go to you.
Okay, real quick, just on the Hamzat topic, I do disagree with Johnny Monday. I think styles make fights, and maybe I'm off, maybe I misunderstood, but I do think that it's possible to look a lot better against someone like DDP and not look as good against someone like Kamaru. Kamaru might tire him out because Kamaru had better wrestling, but I don't know. I don't fight, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. I don't think he's off base by saying that he went to a trainer too that's known for, having fighters that came out with questionable results after. I don't think he's off base with that either. I think you can have two things happen. You can say that one guy is a tougher fight, and also somebody might have done some special vitamins. But yeah, I think I'm also with Ubu when he said that like all the fighters are on it, because like I said, I had put it in the chat. When I first started doing photography, I went to a gym and it was a relatively known fighter. But it wasn't him that was there. It was his team. It was like a whole bunch of guys that were signed underneath the same management team. And everybody in that gym. In fact, you might know him, Jack. You know who Antonio Margarito is, right?
No.
Okay, Antonio Margarito was a boxer who fought. He's known for, he knocked out Miguel Cotto. And then Miguel Cotto came back and knocked him out. He fought Manny Pacquiao. But when he fought Miguel Cotto, he got caught with stuff in his glove.
Oh, so yeah.
Just a correction. That was the fight afterwards against Shane Mosley. That's where Mosley's trainer caught him with what turned out to be plaster of Paris.
Right.
And is reason to suspect that he was using plaster of Paris against Cotto.
Yeah, Cotto came back though to beat him by it wasn't that fight. It was like 4 fights later. He fought him and it was already damaged eye. Pacquiao had already damaged his eye, and Cotto beat him with that. But either way, the trainer that was Margarito's trainer, Jorge Capetillo, it was his gym. It was his son was in charge of the gym, and I went there, and I'm telling you, every fighter got a shot in the butt. and maybe it's vitamins, you know. Maybe it was like
vitamins.
B12 or something.
Yo, I actually saw you. I actually saw you put in the chat about vitamins, bro, and
Bro,
I didn't fully read
happened
it.
right
That's
in front
funny
of
as
me,
fuck.
and it was weird. It was like they all took turns. It
You're
was
just
this
like,
is
yo,
bizarre.
it's like finding Santa ain't real,
So-
bro. It's like, what the fuck, you know? What
Yeah,
the fuck?
and you figure at that level, they're not getting like scientifically tested.
Yeah,
Like all they gotta do is pass the test on the day of the fight, and that's all they had to worry about. That's why it was so prolific before in the UFC. But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say. One thing I want to say before I go is I thought it was really interesting watching everybody argue because who's the guy who Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Ooh.
You know Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Oh no. Yeah. Shout out.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Shout out to him, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a physicist, and they always ask him like, "How come you won't debate flat earthers?" And then Neil deGrasse Tyson will kind of point to someone like Ooh, and he'll be like, "Hey, you can have someone like Ooh, who I'm not even saying is wrong. I'm just saying, he completely dominates the conversation, and more power to him. Because I'll be honest, I wish I could do that sometimes. It's hard. I'm a person who lets other people talk over him. So you can get dominated and still be right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
He's like,
I was honestly, there was mad times where I was close to muting him. Like I literally had at one point my mouse hovered on it, but then he stopped. Like I agree. Everyone's passionate here, but dude, it's just nobody could hear anybody. You know what I'm saying? And let alone hear anybody, you can't talk. You know, but like I get it though. Like at the same time, it's like I know it's also like a fucking group phone call at the same time, so it's fucking with like 5-6 people. So I get it. It's gonna happen, but yeah, like at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Next time, I'm just gonna be way more fucking. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna mute next time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you know. This is a learning experience type shit, you know, and yeah, I don't know, who knows, maybe we'll make a return and we could talk to him. But Fish Nerds, I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate, you know, finally talking to you, bro. It's been a long time, bro. And I just saw your channel. I also clicked your channel before, but I was actually clicking Uwu's channel, but then I actually clicked yours, and I was like, oh shit, I see you got the family pod, bro. I'm about to check it out. I'm about to check out all your shit. And let's see, bro. I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, learn all about
Shout out Fish Nerds. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for some fish stuff, but there's no fish stuff. Nah.
There's tons of fish stuff. The family pod's just talking about fish.
But
either way, man, thank you. Look forward to this next Monday, man. Take care, brother.
Yo, bro, peace out, bro. And I want to get Ellipsis real quick and fight final thoughts. And all that, and I think we'll wrap it up, because I mean I'll let Johnny have his final thoughts, because I know he talked last about Hamza, but I assume it's about Hamza. But Ellipsis, well, I know you didn't really get so much time, man. I'm sorry, bro. It was a lot of arguing, a lot of barking.
Oh no, it's chill. I was outside. Don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I said the big thing about the Hamza convo, the DDP performance, while there was a disparate performance. I mean, I think Uwu was right. Look, fighters and analysts will say this as well. This isn't really a controversial opinion. Like, Hamzat is infinitely better than someone like DDP grappling watch. You know, I mean, kind of evidence of this. They were saying to JDM recently, like, don't, no matter what, go to the ground with Islam, or what's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, we saw what happened. So, the idea that, like, some fighters aren't leagues above others, like, not even just a league, like, leagues and leagues, it's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then about some people just being more talented. I mean, some people are just more talented grapplers, but they can spend the same amount of time. Not everyone's equal grappler.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the question really comes down from Johnny's POV and his questioning is, do you think Usman going into the Hamzat fight was a better grappler than Dricus? And to his point, I understand what he's saying, because it's like, yeah, Usman is a better grappler, but I don't draw the same conclusion as him. That's the thing, is I actually agree with his premise, I guess you could say, of, yeah, he should have, on paper, should have ragdolled Usman and finished him if that's what he did to DDP, right? But, that's just my opinion based on going up a weight class. But I just want to say going up a weight class. Keep in mind, going up a weight class 10 days notice. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying with a training camp. I'm saying given the wait, hold up. I just want to say that real quick, and then I just want to let him respond to me, and then I'm gonna get to you, Johnny. Don't worry, in a second, or after fight. But I agree. I'm drawing this. I understand what he's saying. I understand the premise, but it's just a different conclusion, because I just think there's a chance Hamza was injured. Hamza, is moving into the weight class, this, that, and that. But what were you saying? You disagree that Hamza, that Kamaru 10 days notice, going up a weight class should have been a more of a threat to Hamzat than DDP on a full camp 185.
Well, we're specifically talking from like a grappling perspective.
No. I'm just saying the situation. Like just the situation, because I understand.
That's what I'm saying from an overall perspective, Usman was out striking Hamzat. Like when people say that Usman won a one, it was because of the striking perspective, not the grappling.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, from the grappling perspective, would someone have said, I would expect Usman, who's a 170er, but a champion level fighter who was a wrestling pedigree, would I expect him to do better defensively than someone like DDP? The answer is yeah. Look, Craig Jones will probably tell you this. A million fighters are saying this kind of thing before. Nobody was under any confusion beforehand about whether or not Hamzat was on a different level, grappling wise. The big question was whether or not he could physically keep up, right?
That's the point.
And the answer was yeah, he could physically keep up. So hold on, this is the thing that I was going to say after. I know this is your point. Hold on. The thing that I was going to say is you said that you thought it was, the result of roids or something. This is what Uwe was saying. And I think it's actually hurt to your point. You didn't realize. When Uwe was saying, okay, but they're probably all on roids. They've probably all been on roids for a minute. When you were saying, okay, there's a giant drastic difference, but you're saying they're pretty much all on roids, right? But if they've been on roids the whole time, hold on, stop. If you're saying they've been on roids the entire time, and you could clarify this, what you're saying. But specifically, if you think Hamzat only started taking roids when Uwe was presenting evidence of high school wrestlers taking roids, why would he, at the age of about 30, suddenly start taking roids? The answer is he's probably been taking them the whole time, so it's not going to be particularly relevant to explain why he's suddenly doing so differently, unless you think he's taking a whole new compound drug, but that's going to be a way crazier claim. But based on what? Hold on, but based on what? Because it's way easier to say it's the skill difference.
But no, I don't agree, and the issue is cardio. The issue is the cardio. See,
it was jarring. It was jarring to see the difference. But yeah, keep going. I was just saying it was jarring to see the difference from the cardio.
Yeah. See, if it was, I'll put it this way: if it was a 1-round fight between Hamzat and DDP, I would say just start the bus for DDP because it's going to get killed.
The easy way to envision this, by the way, Jack, is just ask if you have like a friend that is wanting to do any kind of sparring with you. Lift them up and ask them not to resist, and lift them up, and then ask them to try and intentionally slump their weight down, and then see what happens. Like when someone's actively resisting, or when someone has when someone has a better idea of how to resist, that infinitely is more draining than attacking someone who doesn't understand, especially from specific positions, how to properly resist.
Let me
a lot of what you're doing in defensive grappling, you're intensely stalling them out.
Well, Ellipsis, I just want to wait. I want to ask Ellipsis this because I think this really gets down to the root of Johnny's point. So I'm asking you, given the circumstance, not talking about skill-wise, because I heard you talking about skill-wise, but I'm talking about given the circumstance of Kamaru coming in, up a weight class, 10 days notice, this, that, and the other thing, do you think that he posed more of a threat to Hamzat than DDP? Just yeah or no?
Defensively, from a defensive wrestling perspective, absolutely.
You think Kamaru was more dangerous?
Hold on, not from a holistic perspective. That's why I said you got to obstruct. Specifically, this is the conversation from a defensive wrestling perspective. Absolutely. This is not even controversial.
No, he is, but on short notice, dude, against Hamzat? I mean, I don't know.
Even on short notice. I'll give you an example as to why. Like, when you hear fighters talk about, even on short notice camps, why they have to prep different. When Conor explained why he thought he did badly in the first Nate Diaz fight, one of the first things he said was, look, I was prepared for someone like RDA, but when I actually had to fight Nate Diaz, even though I don't think Nate Diaz is actually as good of a fighter as RDA, the problem was that he presented different styles, differences. So, for example, he was longer, he was taller, he had way more of a chin, he had an actual sort of boxing background. Yeah, those things play a role. Even against, when you talk about someone like Conor McGregor on short notice, or rather versus short notice Nate Diaz, Cabo Diaz. When you see that, for example, you see consistently fighters will say just the way, even against a short notice fighter, the way you prepare for certain fighters is infinitely different.
No, that's true.
And there's a reason for that. But fighters even
not always though,
there has to be a massive difference.
Yeah,
unless there's a significant skill gap.
I don't think there's an excuse for a fighter in his prime. And I also want to acknowledge Hamzat's health problems. I'm not happy about that. I'm not a big fan of the guy, but I don't want him to have health problems. It's sad. But the fact is that we saw him at the same weight twice, and it wasn't a great deal of time in between.
Well, yeah.
And he struggled for 3 rounds, and he took Usman down, and he had some impressive things that he did. I'm not taking that away from him. But when he started looking so tired, I thought, this shows right now, when we're seeing Usman and him I'll go to what I would consider a draw. I think it should have been a draw.
Me too.
I think that would be reasonable.
I actually think it should have been a Usman win. Believe it or not, I scored it an Usman win.
I don't think that's unfair. But can I ask you something?
Sure.
Could you tell me like 1 or 2 fighters you think are clean fighters?
1 or 2 fight GSP.
I don't know.
What do you think about GSP having infinitely more human performance grappling wise versus BJ Penn than in the second fight where he looked infinitely more dominant? He just like basically bitched GSP, or rather, GSP bitched BJ Penn in the second fight.
Holy came with receipts. Okay,
see, I'm here for it because if that were to be an accurate,
I know I'm gonna get to you, fight. Don't worry, I remember because I'm.
If that was going to be I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just gonna say about that. I feel like that with your point with the cardio stuff, I feel like almost we're getting so wrapped up in the one fight. But I think that I understand how you feel, Johnny. I think because we're so focusing on the Usman fight versus this that we're getting into a debate about Usman and we're getting too deep into it. The truth is of the matter is I guarantee you most of us, and no, this I am agreeing with you, Johnny, most of us, including myself, it's on video, before the Hamzat fight, before the Drekas fight, I mean to say with Hamzat, all of us were saying, dude, if it gets out of the first round, Hamzat's cooked. And then all of a sudden, he has great cardio. I'm not saying I necessarily think that means steroids, but I understand it is quite a jarring difference. It isn't, I don't agree with that, because Usman, but look at his career. I mean, this has been a talking point for a long time. So, I mean, that I totally understand. But I do have to wrap up the stream, so I just want Fight Talk Sport. Or do y'all have a final thing to say about this little debate, or that because I know Johnny, maybe you wanted to. Did you have something to respond to Ellipse, or was it kind of like?
No, I don't think that the GSP and BJ Penn question is or the comparison is accurate. But no, I mean I basically said my piece with it. Mm-hmm. It comes down to an opinion, I suppose. Do you think that Hamzat is so much more skilled that it makes sense for him to just toy with DDP like that and not be tired?
Yeah.
Or do you think that it does not make so much sense?
Well, I think
it comes down to an opinion.
Mm-hmm. I think there, I think there you're being very like specific. I think like there's so many different things that could have happened, obviously. So I don't think that's 100% concrete proof, but like I said, I wouldn't be shocked. Like that wouldn't be the reason that I pick. It's just that, yeah, I agree. Like we had all these concerns about his cardio, this, that, and then he gets good. But Fight Talk, wanted to ask you what final thoughts. I know that you've been itching to talk now. So just give your final thoughts, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up.
Well, I've got really nothing to say on Shumayev.
You want to pass your final say to Ellipse? Is that what you're saying, or you just had a different final thing? Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, I was going to mention briefly about this weekend, since
okay.
I mean, I thought that's what we would end up talking about.
No, because I'm about to end the stream in a second. But no, continue. What are you saying?
Okay. Well.
No, you can say what you're saying. You get the final say. Boom. You get the floor. Let's hear it. Bring it up.
I really hope that the Paddy Pimblett fight is not being worked on behind the scenes, and the winner of this fight can fight Ilya, because the lightweight division has been lazy lately, but this is a perfect, in my opinion, Bowser's perfect number one contender fight for Ilya as you can get. Then if he beats the winner, and I think he will, he can talk about moving up. I really hope that happens. I hope they give somebody like Morales or Prates to Islam in the meantime, and maybe we can look at that super fight. Maybe match Ian Gary, Bilal winner with Shavkat, or with Prates, get Shavkat, somebody like Usman, and yeah, welterweight division is back to being the best, and lightweight division, please get the winner of this fight against Ilya next year.
Wow.
I think the winner's going to be Arman, but Dan Hooker, and I'm not saying this because I'm from
New Zealand,
Dan Hooker is a good test for Arman, but I think Arman should win, and he's a really good test for Ilya, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, any lightweight fight is good. Any welterweight fight is good. In all of this.
Jack, before we're done hearing from Fight, I've got one question for him.
Yeah.
That's if Prates has any chance of keeping Islam from taking him to the ground and dominating him on the ground. I don't think he does.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I wouldn't be so excited for that fight just because, like, I also would worry. Like, I think that they should, hold off.
I'd like to hear if Fight thinks that Prates will have that.
Oh.
Well, Prates definitely has a chance. Everyone's got a chance, but
a reasonable chance of staying up on the feet.
Well, I was gonna say that. I wouldn't say a reasonable chance because the way Prates stands is kind of open for takedowns, and Islam, MMA has breaks, and the Weasel, they've broken this down for several years that Islam's a lot more dynamic with his takedowns than Khabib. So I wouldn't say Prates has a great chance of stopping the takedowns, but hey, he can punch and his reach is good. I like the way he sets up his punches. So, but no, I mean Islam, the way he gets to a single leg is, it's not just the way Khabib would fight, just diving in for a single leg where you could see it coming. He switches up the angles as he's shooting, and because his striking is much better than Khabib's, he makes it a lot more difficult to tell when he's going to shoot for said single legs. So I don't think Prates has much of a chance to stop it. Answer your question?
Yes. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes. Well, I love the banter. I love the going back and forth. Ellipsis, bro, shout out to you. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Fight Sport. Shout out to Fish Nerds. Shout out to PZ for popping in briefly. Shout out to even Uwu MMA or MMA Uwu. Shout out to him. Maybe we'll get him on next week and he can, we'll explain to him, hey, come on, we want to talk to you, bro. We just want you to not interrupt. All right. Shout out to him. Shout out to everyone that joined. I'm going to wrap up this stream. It was a fun stream. We literally switched from my PC to my Mac. So that's how dedicated we were, guys. I love y'all. I'm going to end the stream right now, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one, guys. Peace out. New video.